Hello. Alright, I'm back after the internet blip and the stretch break and all sort of good stuff. I have returned. And thank you for that 100 stream streak there, Vacos. It's a pretty big one nowadays. I think around the biggest that we have of people who declare, it's around like 110. Something like that. The big, almost year one did break on Saturday. Tragically. Alright. Let's see. If your Windows 11 notepad is missing your inputs when you type, then you may want to go to its settings and disable things like spell check, autocorrect, and Copilot. You're not sure if all of those that had an effect or only if some did, but it fixed it. It fixed it, did it? I did switch to Perdition, messing with that. We did lose damage reductions, and we gotta go ahead and pop these all back after the disconnect. Let's see if we're sturdy enough. Armor still comes out alright with Instant. Without it, obviously, not so good. Let's see anything here. Nope. See how we're doing. To the right. Interesting. Okay, clear our champions. Now you gotta grind your lunging strike. Enjoy. Better champs. That is fine. We're gonna see if I'm gonna get punished for not having high enough resistances on this helmet. Duration, we lost damage reduction. But you know, mine is not having the incense up when I came back. Okay-ish so far. We'll see. This is just farming stuff with Torn 4, not the pit. Taking the Stormblade here. Move that right around here on the northeast. Clear that champion. Here you go again. Back to you. What's on that southeast? Good morning, how you doing? That is fine. We'll take this now. Fine for it. That one's okay. How else are we doing? These are just little ad things. We don't care about much. We want these three. That's better. How much All-the-Side do we currently have? All-the-Side's currently sitting at 980k. So we get to go and try and triple crate some more of those weapons we have after this escalation so we don't cap out. Minus the internet blip, I'm doing great. Grab the ring. Alright, Lethal Shrines, Marauder Dream Reserve. It's so tragic too. It's like a second upload speed drops low. And that's enough for Twitch to be like, nope, you know what? We're just not going to pick up anything anymore. It's like, okay, fine. So we have to restart everybody. Even if YouTube does fine. First, it is what it is. I'm gonna pop this one. We're here again to this. Nothing there. Let's go untie that. And I get no warnings at this point. Nothing. The only way I even know that Twitch is having issues is because I have a monitor that's on a different internet connection. When I see it on buffering, or somebody tells me to chat. Otherwise, I have no idea. This is rough. Enjoy the food. Okay, here. Vampiric Terrors. Let me lay that to rest. We'll roll out here to the right. Like, told me months. It could be months. And they don't know for sure if that's even what's causing it. I know somebody else who is also a streamer content creator once on Reddit who has the exact same issue as me. And, you know, assuming like everything lines up perfectly, it's a congestion issue in the area. So it doesn't get fixed until they decide that they're actually going to expand on it. They said they're working on the area. It could take months. So hopefully, you know, at some point, just magically, it'll stop happening. But until then, I suffer. We suffer greatly. But it's okay. First world problems, really. Alright, for the prisoners, we need 2 more. Something at a reasonable time means you caught my stream. Yeah, it's interesting now. My schedule's actually about as reasonable as one gets. I wake up in the morning, I stream. The afternoon, I'm done. I get to eat. I take a nap. I come back. We redo it again. It's about as reasonable as it gets. Here is my strong room. Appreciate the lurk. Alright. Yep, that's right. And they're just like, oh, I might fix it in a few months. It's so niche that they don't have much reason to care. And they don't have competition in this exact area. So my ISP just kind of gets to roll all over me. Lame. Okay, up we go. So, here's this again. What are we up to? A little bit of all that. Vampirics, all good. Yeah, I got no warnings now. So yeah, I keep improving my side of things. But now the problem is that I have improved it so much that I can't see any of the issues that when Twitch freaks out at all. I'm like, oh, which makes me more paranoid. Like, when it told me it was having issues, like, okay, I can see it over there, confirm, okay, now I got nothing. Alright, it is... Technically, it's YouTube too, but YouTube just gives me, okay, we have low upload speed warning. So there may be buffering, but it holds. All this week, whatever it's happened, it's holding. Twitch does not keep uploading. It just stops. For us, not even probably a full second of upload drop. It just stops. For a while, it was dropping just audio. Would not pick it up after restart, but now it just like full buffers and just hangs. But it all points to like it's the same issue, just now slightly more of a trickle on my end has changed the outcome, but same results, really. All right, here these. I now have Streamlabs on a second rig. Okay, here we go. Throw out the succubus. Chilly winds. Get these out of the way. Got that throat slitter out, and I'll move out here to southwest. Pop this one, and then any times I've looked at how to maybe retain Twitch's upload throughout, and despite the issue, all of the ways, both OBS and Slobs both, they always say like, it's a Twitch thing. Only so much you can do. You can try reinstalling. Do that all the time. Doesn't help it. And then there was like other like odds and ends and tweaks, and I've done all those, and it doesn't help it. So if there's a resolution out there, I'd love to find it because I've tried. Alright, let's go pick that up and grab the mace. Let's go hit that portal. Okay, here. See, it's not a full disconnect. That's the problem. If it was a disconnect, I could hit the screen that it gives me the little frustrated guy, and then it reconnects. That'd be great. But it's like a partial upload stop to the point that it doesn't actually register that it needs to like reconnect or something. So everything just is gone for Twitch. Yeah. So I wish it was actually a fast disconnect and it like comes back up. At some point a few weeks ago it was. But since then I have improved my setup, and now it's just like it comes out a little bit differently, and it's still issues. Okay, here. Got that going. Grab lethal. Let's see what else is over here for me. We need one stone carving to the pedestal. Clock lances. That's that. Alright. And the northwest. Yeah, it's pretty poop. It's been going on from now, I guess like 2 months. In various configurations. Bought all sorts of new hardware to make sure it wasn't me, and it still happens. I ran tests with OBS instead of Slobs. Still happens. I've run like over 24 hours of just like a test stream on a dummy account. Still happens. It's a mess. Okay, now let's go over here. Champions out here. I have a ISP that has basically a monopoly in my area, and their upload is atrocious. They don't really guarantee me anything because they can get away with it. It's pretty much where we're at. And I look at my upload speed compared to like everybody else, like any other provider, and it's terrible. It's awful. It's the worst. Everyone complains about it all the time. But it's the only high-speed internet I can get here. Yep. So I just like really cursed. Alright, so we need that stone carving. We need that. Nope. Let's go out here to that one. Open this up here with that. That attack out like a week or two ago. The dude's just like, well, I shouldn't tell you this, but you know, they might be working on it for the next few months, so there you go. But thanks! Great, amazing. Alright, here. It's one of those, like, I just write it out, I guess. It's not like I'm in a rental and I can just be like, okay, we'll just rent a different place. I don't have that situation. Let's go over to these. Please, this one. Because the clear answer is just move. I don't have to move far to get fiber. That's the most interesting part. I don't have to go far. Not far at all. And it's like, nope, sorry. I don't have that option right now. Exterior, Opals Reserve, Stronger. Plant Impaler. Let me in. And then I talk to people from like other countries. They're always like, certainly they can give you something back for how much trouble it's causing you. You're like, nope, I don't think I get anything from any of these people for any of this. It just does not work like that here. I'm like, no compensation, no. They just kind of shrug their shoulders and it's like, well, we'll get to it when we get to it. Barb is fun. I just feel like Barb is not as flashy as a lot of the other classes I like to play, especially this season. That's the only problem with it. The gap close on this launching strike is pretty cool though. And like the same reason I really like Shred. All over the place at once, as long as you got a target. And then if people go faster than you and like clear the whole screen though, then you start feeling like, well, what do now? I wish Whirlwind was better. I like Whirlwind. Whirlwind's always this game. Whirl to do something else, though, is the problem. Instead of actually killing them with Whirlwind, no matter how much they seem to buff that, it just doesn't really hit right. So, no spin to win. Right there. Although, you might make a dust double of some sort, Barbarian, for the hell of it. Who am I missing here? Like, I can't tell the maggots that are alive from the maggots that are dead. Open up these. Idle drops on a V. Why did I? Well, I guess I'm doing it now. Give it a go. I do have the British on, so I'm a little bit faster than we were. Okay, then here. These again. Yeah, the problem is like the whirlwind itself doesn't kill enough, so you might pass through mobs, but you're actually gonna kill them at a certain point. Okay, champions. There you go. Let's go ahead and pop this one now. Yep, Whirlwind Dust Devil is fun. Good morning, how you doing? Okay, then little suppressors, fire enchants. Alright, grab the sacrifice, let's heal this again. Alright, here. Get this one out of here. Fine. Not too shabby. Cold Enchanted Tempest. This is okay. Did we deactivate that? Or we did? We did. I don't know why that map marker there. It's gotta be the obelisk. It's lingering. Throws me off all the time. Brain cannot register that that icon in a strong room doesn't mean anything important to me, pretty much. Unless I dropped a thing, which I guess maybe I did. That's what happened, actually. Yeah, I did. See? That's even more of a problem. Let's get you back. Hit the evade at some point. I really don't think that I'd feel like I did, but I guess I did. Fine, still get 6 out of 6. Let's get rid of these right here for us. Pyroclast. Alright. Got that now. Grab a ring and the amulets. Ancient statue to the pedestal, of course. This is Carrion's field, so we're carrying field, so we get 2 of these to pick up on each side. Get rid of you. Go champions. There are 2 of that. Play bears. This is fine. Ancient statue's good. Maybe? Just one little thing, it's all it takes. These things spitting at me and we can't pick up a box or whatever it is, statue. It's like, come on, gal, you're a barbarian. You're stronger than that. Alright, this one will place right down here. We'll go ahead and get the one on the right. Not you. Look at all those things following me. Look at their minds. Yeah, launching strike is pretty neat. It is pretty neat. I got obols. How many obols do I need? All of them. I need all the obols so I can roll all the swords, and we can get that shard and the opus in the way that I want them without having to actually farm for them the more traditional ways. I'd much prefer that. Like, show me the purveyor. That's all we need. Got quad Azaravs and all sorts of stuff off of the purveyor this season. It's been pretty okay. What's wrong with this again? It was the obol chest, so we're just establishing that I want those here. May as well look this way too while I'm at it. There is more. Nice. The obol affix on these is not that bad. Granted, if you really want obols, you just live in the pit, and they ask you to do that every season anyway. I hope next season they don't ask me to do it as much. I have high hopes for the hordes to come back as a proper alternative for leveling. That would be great. I would like them to be about that, basically neck and neck. I want the hordes and the pit to both be good means to get to 300, so you can split up that grind instead of just being in the pit like we keep doing every season now. Just unfortunate that, according to what they did in the escalations and the weird way that the little XP motes work, I don't know if they want us to be doing anything other than the pit for that 300, which I think if that's how they're approaching is wrong. Wrong. Alright, why won't the game let you complete the Visions of Pain challenges and seasonal challenges? So some of those are really glitchy and buggy. I don't know exactly which one you're talking about, but I know some people kind of give up on it and just like slot whatever they gotta slot and be generally in the area and doing the general content that they need to do that, and eventually it just completes. Because it's a mess. Alright, sorted. Let me see here. That one. You are looking to do the Visions of Pain. That is complete a run of Escalating Nightmares in less than 10 minutes in Torment 4. So this one should be pretty straightforward. But yeah, a lot of the time people have just kept trying and eventually it completed. No good rhyme or reason why it wasn't completing before. But it does have to be Escalating Dungeon for sure. And Torment 4? Has to be Torment 4. For sure. My build is going to be very similar to Lunging Strike Barbarian builds you're going to see on most of the major websites for D4 builds. Okay, here. Reset this. Thorns. Little deviation here and there depending on what kind of gear I have around, and I always like reroute and do my own Paragon kind of thing, but you know, generally this one is pretty much one of the bar metas. 3 on kill, maximum life, lucky hit chance. Let's get rid of these. That lag in town for putting my settings back up. Let's get rid of that, and then I had a little bit I could spend for obols. It looks like the pit is also favor, so we'll do... I was looking to see with swords, because I really would like one of those to improve. Just take a shot at it. Technically, still need the amulet. Still could use a double GAR better. It's two-handed mace. Strength, maximum life, heal, strength. Let me get rid of all of that. Well, let's go do the pit thing. See if the pit has the wild loading situation too. There you go, all the way up there. We'll go do the 79 thing. I think it was working out alright for her the other day. She should be a little bit better, if anything. Let's go. As far as like how much I have streamed it, I probably streamed it more than everybody. Around like 7,000 hours. So I'm pretty okay. I'm pretty okay. But I like to say there are a lot of us that do stream this game. They're all different and better at various things. As far as like grinding goes, and doing it like over and over and over again, I suppose I've done it the most. I don't think there's that much argument there. Champions. I generally know who has like around my hours, and it's still less than my hours. Page masters. Unless in other languages, I guess there's a chance outside of the English-speaking community, like maybe somebody out there that plays like a ridiculous amount. But even me doing like 8 hours stream, it's like 6 days a week right now. It's kind of like the late season for me. It's still like a lot overall. Alright. Yes, I do grind off stream as well. This part of the season I don't do it as much, but I'm only off 1 day a week anyways, so there's that. And then before I'm 300, you bet your ass I'm still grinding off stream. Times the 300, usually, at this point in the game, I do let up a bit. Okay, here. There we go, light colors. Alright, lunatics, nope. See how we're doing. Champion, cold chance suppressors will clear you again. Fine. Now, up top. Vampiric, summoners, light collars. That one's okay. Champions, I don't need it. More lunatic action. Okay, spark burns. Good night. See, that's the kind of wild hours I used to take in Gabe. Now I kind of wake up early and start early. Almost normal, almost. I get up so early now and still not normal. I don't think getting up at like 4 AM or a little earlier than that is quite there yet. Alright. Let's see here. To the northwest. Frozen cold and chance. Fair enough. Lunatics we don't need. We need more elites. Do we have one here? Yep, we do have some. 3 of you. Break that down. I use all my cooldowns so they come back fast. Alright, catacombs. So we got southwest side. Hopefully they got an elite there for me. Elite set there. So I don't have to backtrack anywhere. Excuse me. Looking through here. We have nothing there. Nothing here. Alright. Shop lance. Yeah, for a while, my streams would start 11 p.m. and then they went to 12, they went to 1, they went to 2. And then after they were at 2 for a while, now I'm just like, okay, we're around like 5:30. Just take the extra hours of sleep because apparently that's happening anyway. And then we would go 12 plus hours on stream, and then I would do stuff after stream, and then I wouldn't get to sleep until I only had like 4 or 5 hours sleep. And now, even when I have more time to sleep, or try to have more time to sleep, I still only sleep so little. It is what it is. I'm not a sleeper. It is what it is. Okay, there we go. Right, grab the boots, and then 35% chances on these. Which one do I actually want? Let's go Wrath. 85 is respectable. We got the favorite. That's what I was there for. Later, Death. Thanks for chilling. Have I played Hydra? Yes, I have played Hydra. I do not usually play anyone's builds like specifically exactly how they play it. But Hydra in general, yes. In various forms, whether pushing the pit with the Inferno kind of versions or the ball lightning and unstable currents types of Hydras. Alright. With the Druid, I didn't actually try to push that Druid, so I don't know. But I know that they can go well over 110 on those pulverized bears. Okay, Quarter Dragon. But I do want to go Quarter Dragon. Ancient Reservoir is kind of cool, even if it's a Ground Wisdom. I like that dungeon enough that I'll do it. Alright, so what are we up to? Strong room, strong room. Moving's rest or underpass. Get rid of some of that so I can pick up more things as they drop. Let me get rid of the junk. We'll head over here. I activated the one in the Hawazar kind of area. You gotta get up to Torment, basically. You get level 60, and then you go to Karagar and you open up the pits. The little portal that we interact with plenty. Towards that left side. Okay, then slay all. Multi-shot and fire and chance. That one down. Chilling winds are good. And through the pit, you get some torment difficulties. how that is right now. Basically, the end game is pushing up really, really high. But when it comes down to it, the pit is a combination of fishing, and then do you have the multiplicative damage necessary to get through the hit point sponges that becomes those mobs. Which is not always for everyone. Generally, I do around 100 on every build, and I'm like, okay, that's pretty good. And then that's as far as I go these days. After I did the 150 for the achievement, I just have not been super inclined to do a ton of pit fish. Over here, got that one going. And the northeast. Through here. If you're looking to do like pit stuff, pulverized druid, the one with the new unique is the way to go. You'll like that pit life. It's also just fun in general. It's fun to splish splash with the poison bath. Earth Spike is also pretty respectful this season, and I've seen a few companion builds supposedly doing okay overall as well. Well, kind of depends on what you're looking to do, but those are probably your top 3 choices if you're actually looking to be like pit viable. I know some people swear by Shred because it's fun. Shred does play a little bit like this lunging strike you constantly gap close. So that's not a bad one either. Okay, lightning. Pick up the champ here. Need to pick up that statue before I go too far. Let's go ahead and pick that up. Okay. Let's place that one. Let's see how we do out here. Champions, skip you. We don't want to slay all these now. We're just looking for the ancient statue. Warden. That'll be okay. Champions, I got you. Right here again. Your lazy part, you're trying to have fun that way, kind of. You're like to hang out in the pit, I guess. Exclusive. If you're looking to just like try grid out, I would do the pulverize first. No, I can do any leveling or whatever you need, and then if you want to play on the other ones, you can always switch out with already having something that's able to get your glyphs and everything if it comes to it. Alright. See how we do to southeast. Masterworking triple crit is very much a luxury for people who have a lot of time in their hands. Most of this game, you don't need anything close to that. People get like really hung up on seeing that orange number, but it really is unnecessary other than if you're chasing the unofficial leaderboard in most cases to worry about triple critting. Then 244 para, you're about where you need to be to have like the good unlocks. So your struggle session there. Gold Reserve Protection Shrines. We're gonna hit this. Alright, so the gatekeepers. Get that one that way. Clear these out. Grab the distilled fear. Dust I'll take. And then southwest. Need the gatekeepers. Do we see the lunatics? Okay, Boric. Back to south. Might Enchanted, here you go. Champions. And the northwest here. Frozen, Tempest, Waller. Got that again. Grab the opposite there, buddy. I think you got it, even if you didn't. I guess we're okay. Did intend on triple critting some more of my stuff last time, but I forgot. 987k. Where we sit on opposite. Champions here. Pop that open, grab some blood. In a world where, of course, a lot of people do the pit thing, I do the grinding thing. It's like opposite thing. So at least I got that going for me all the time. Playoffs, we're working on that. Hunting Strike just never completely cleans them out like I wanted to, or something. Like look back, like okay, there's some more stuff there. I hope it pulls in. So I can kill it on the Slayle. Another 2 horde are just following me. Trying to get all of my Pain Gorger tags and everything everywhere. It doesn't always work out. Okay, lunatics. That's you. Open this, grab the protection. Chase going fine. Let's see how this does. There you go. Poison mortars. Okay, then. Let's see how we look over to the right side. Oppressors. Fine now. On the left. Lunatics here and here. Vampirics. Bullion. Now a door has been unsealed. It's just gold. 61 billion, which actually means at some point I've made a little bit of gold today. I'm pretty sure I was at like 60 billion last time I paid attention to it. Opposite mine, Herodic Gem Reserve, Forgotten Wisdom, Tier 3. Paragons are mostly just additive after your glyphs are filled, so they don't do much to you. Right here. Up we go. Back over to the right side. Okay, then. See how we do over to right. Just throw a lot of main stat in at the end. That's basically how it goes. So it's just a prestige thing to get up to the 300. Like, does it help when you're like nitty gritty? Yes. It is not a game changer that having like the big aspects of GAs and the Masterwork and all that sort of thing is gonna give you. Okay, Southeast. Champions here for us. Back over this way. Suppressors and Vampirics, these are all fine. Alright, stone carving. And what are we up to? Need to redo that, don't forget it. It's an awkward lunge. Alright. Up here we are going. I'll take this. Up here. There's that again. And we need 2 more. Okay, south. Not enchanted. Here's Night Fist out of the way. Activate that strong room. Alright, so these. I do everything on my mouse, so I don't hit any of those keys on the number pad or number bar, number line. None of that. It was all the MMORPG mouse. I spacebar to evade. Technically I can put that on my mouse too. It actually be on my mouse, I just don't usually do it. And then I queued a potion, but everything else is on that MMORPG naga. Okay, let's go. Potion technically is on the mouse too. I generally don't do it. Since I also WASD anyway. Kind of just right there. But all skills are mouse. Yeah. Filling wind. I used to not use the RPG mouse, and I got a lot of repetitive stress injuries in my left hand, so I had no choice. Basically, had no choice. Let's grab the Idol of Weights. Here we go. Sacrifice Shrine. WASD, not so bad. Spamming 2 for Guild Wars 2, really. Did a number on my hands. And 1 a little bit. Alright. Here we go. Never had any problems with my thumb and all of the number pad on that mouse though. So that's the difference. There's Idle await. It may have hit the evade. Alright, hold. So go down. Got the suppressors. Here you go. That'll enchant for you. Nice. Okay, here. Like that again. Activate this. Champion. Nice there. Fine for you. And then up we go. Most lazy and brain dead passive skill you can play. You could be a minion necromancer with the new Hand of Nas for the archmages. That's pretty lazy. You can throw even the sacrificial ring on it and make it do its corpse consumption things automatically if you really wanted to. Grab the Black Asylum. The only thing about that is you stand still so much, it tends to die to ground effects. So you can be pretty lazy, but you still have to be at least a little awake. Alright, here. Going on down below. Let's see the next carving. Down this way. Explosives will collect. See, this is fine. Mm-hmm. Another one of that. Champions. Get that lightning enchanted. Let's grab that one out here. And we're moving along. The mound, huh? I can see that. That's alright. I would actually probably put the potion there. The potion and the evade would be the two things that you slide over to the mouse. Alright, place this. We need one more over something on the northwest. Alright. Yeah, it's always worth it. It's always worth it. Like this. Over here. Moving out that way, we've got another box with more jewels. Okay, fire enchanted. Got you again. Daruk is gone. Let's go pick this out. Stone carbine. We'll keep it going down below southeast. Run, you fool, run. Yep. It's awesome. It doesn't really take that much dexterity, to be fair. Can't just learn to do it by doing it. And even if you can't manage all 12, you know, you still probably be able to pull like maybe your 1 and 4 key or something like faster than whatever you got now. And that would be pretty similar to what you got for your 2 side keys now, technically. Side buttons. You get a little bit more options. Alright, there's the keys, there's the materials, unique spoils. Okay, here you go to the Astaroth's lair. This is our boss. Let's poke, poke, poke. And the next one. The extra damage versus demons. Does it help me significantly in being more squishy? And overall, I feel like the kill rate is very similar. Alright, let's take this. Axe, so it was a triple sword here. What sword did they give me? 0.36, come on. And it missed the maximum resource. Opus denied. Opus denied. Alright, we'll inventory this. That's what I thought, Devil. That's what I thought. Like, it's way too long a time to be stranded in D4. We love this game, but over a month is a long time for everybody else to be out there playing, like, something else. Butcher's Cleaver, 80% out of 90. Doesn't really matter that much for that part, I suppose, but no attack speed. Do I care about the Butcher's Cleaver? There's a part of me that's like, you know, you could run around in the Nightmare Dungeons with it. You actually probably get away with it just fine. Here, I got space in my inventory. I'm gonna hoard it. I don't think I'm gonna use it, but it's cute nonetheless. Amulet, maximum life, get rid of that. Alright. There you go. We'll throw that in there. Then if Dirty Devil's gonna play PoE too, then he can enjoy my obnoxiously large clan stash. We're very proud of that. It's growing all the time. It's like, how big can that stash get? I don't think there is really a limit. Keep adding folders and all sorts of nonsense. Just swimming in stash tabs because I have an addiction to buying them every time they're on sale. Forgotten Remains. Forgotten Wisdom. I don't care about the Forgotten Wisdom part, but we'll go ahead and do this. wait, before I go, I was going to triple crit stuff because I have too much opposite. So even if it's not the most ideal, let's do the basic skills on this one. Since I got the GA there, I would rather probably the max on resource, but that's alright. Okay, all stats, reset. You want to see the cleaver? Like all my actual character? Disgusting. The skills 2. Okay, that's usually the PoE experience. The first time through, you never know what you're doing. Then you get a little better at it every time, and then before you know it, you know this wealth of knowledge of all sorts of PoE stuff, and you just look back and like, what the hell? How did I spend this much time with this game? That's how PoE players are. Before you know it, it's like it absorbs their entire lives. I say this as someone who's already played this game over 7,000 hours myself, but you know, it's fine. Basic skills. I only have, I think, just under 700 in PoE2 so far. So like a 10th of what I have in D4, but it's growing too. It's growing too. We just spend considerably less time over there right now. Basic skills. We go again. Max on resource. No. So hopefully the next one I get does have max on resource GA. Basic skills. There's 13,000 Forgotten Souls. Actually, that's my new high for Forgotten Souls. Well, I don't open those boxes. They don't go at like sky high. Reset. And then there was Delrude. Yeah, the real trick in a PoE campaign is, if all else fails, have some friends that you can just beat the boss you're stuck on so you keep progressing. Like, this is honest, this is true. So the first few times through, we did it the hard way. But at this point, it's like, it's all good. Like, just get us to maps, please. Just get us to maps, whatever it takes, I don't care. Here, all stats will reset. Basic skills. Speed running in those games, in all these games, depends on like how meta are you gonna play. Are you willing to take the speedrun meta? Then yeah, sure, you'll probably be fine. If you don't do that, then you know you're at the mercy of, will you get the drops you need to play whatever you're trying to play. Maximum resource reset, because starters matter a lot. In this game, not as much, but in PoE games, a lot. Okay, basic attack speed, nope. Go again. Basic skills. Basic attack speed. Go again. All stats. Nope. I'll reset us. Basic skills. Basic attack speed. Maximum resource. We don't want it. All stats. That won't do. Basic skills. Another one. Maximum resource. We reset this. Maximum resource. Basic skills. All stats. Not only is it not the proper aspect, but it's also going to be stubborn on the masterwork, as true barbarian weapons tend to be. Almost there. Nope, denied. Reset us again. I know this is my best shard. I might have another magnum opus that I could do whenever I get to that one. But we'll see how far this one drains me. And now we're at 970k. Whoops. What did I get here? I got it too when I accidentally canceled it. There you go. Apparently all I needed to do was hit the wrong button and bug myself. So this one's got maximum resource on a 0.41. Let's see what other opuses I have lying around here before we commit to this one being the one we upgrade. Oh, I got a few. So this one was non-GA. We can get rid of. This one is a 0.5 at its strength. This one is a 0.49 at strength crit strike damage. But I like the maximum resource one. That roll on maximum resource, not GA, not that good. The math on this is a little iffy. Alright, so let's get rid of these. Do I use my MMO mouse's buttons when not gaming? So, I only use this rig for gaming. So no, I don't use it for anything else. Like, if I am doing a lot of writing, typing type stuff, I don't do it on my game rig because it's too much distraction for me. I can't really sit here and like do other things if it's not gaming. That goes on my tablet. So then the gaming mouse doesn't go with that sort of thing. Oh no, right now, these days I work on that stuff on my phone because my tablet died. This is fine. This is fine. Eventually I'll replace it when I can. That's actually a good question. Yeah, I don't use it. I don't use it. And then, like, even if I need to, like, type numbers and whatnot into, like, a search bar or something, for whatever reason, I don't ever think to actually use my mouse for that. Even if it would make logical sense. I think if I did a lot of, like, arithmetic, a lot of math, I would. Because that would be pretty convenient. But since I don't do a lot of that on the PC, yeah. These mouse buttons are purely for gaming. Okay, so we spent a little bit. Could spend some more. Is there anything worth me spending? I could triple crit the resistance here. For the hell of it. I guess I will. I don't have a double GA resistance and plus something else ring, so we'll stick with this one. Reset those. I had a friend who was a mathematician, and I'm pretty sure he said that he did actually use his mouse buttons for that kind of thing. Once upon a time. So some people do. Some people do. No elements. Reset here. Maximum life. That's a no-go. I also had a friend once upon a time who had just like a fancy number pad, just a number pad, like practically like a mouse that he used to fast cast things in Guild Wars. Like, I don't know how much that really helped, but psychologically he insisted that it did. Before we all had MMORPG mice, and there was that. Berserker cooldown. It's not elements. Right now for this mouse, I can't even use it to like scroll web pages because the middle is so stripped. It just scrolls all. It has like a mind of its own. You should just turn it off. Maximum life, resets. Berserker cooldown reduction. We go again. Critical strike damage. That just happens to be what I rolled on it, so it's there. Chance to do Vol, reset. Probably a better way to do all that Vol and stuff, but just have it on the roll. Working for me, I'm not gonna change it. Reset you. Go again. Yeah, well, with PoE too, they're gonna hit a lot of builds with the nerf pad and all sorts of rebalance, and they'll probably announce it. There's a good chance they'll announce it in the class. So it's a little early to be like locked in for one build anyway. Reset here, although at this point there's probably plenty of like leveling builds out there. You want to just like look some up. And PoE and PoE 2 are usually just like, when in doubt, just follow a guide. Those games are complicated enough that you don't get away with a lot. And you kind of regret it if you don't follow the guide. Set here. I still, with PoE 2, like brute force building my own stuff, and it turns out okay. But I got a lot of time on my hands, so I gotta like make up for whatever mistakes I make. Like typically, you don't have a lot of time for those games. You probably best be looking for somebody who has figured it out for you. Maximum life will reset. Yeah. I don't play a lot of retro games. I never really thought to use my side mouse keys for it. I suppose that would work. When I play retro games, it's on like my handheld devices. That's one of the best things for the Switch too, is I get to play some old games kind of energy. Reset. Resistance to all elements. There we go again. Maximum life. Denied me good stuff. Resistance to elements. Okay. Maximum life. Nope. We go again. Critical strike damage. We don't want it. Critical strike damage. It really is resisting that resistance. Go figure. People hanging around about clan tags. What is this? So many goddamn independents out here. I say that, but in all reality, when it comes to like a lot of like organization type stuff, I'm practically one of those. Maximum life, reset. Especially like as a content creator, though. Then it was off my own little island, and we like it that way. Plan, I got you guys, and then no other associations. I guess you know the Diablo part of Cat counts a little bit. It's just not the same. Reset here. Reset again. Eye of the Beholder. Hell yeah, Eye of the Beholder has like that kind of all those little arrows and like diagonals and whatnot kind of deal, or like it has like a turn button or something. Eye of the Beholder is a classic. Maybe the very first PC RPG I ever played. Actually, I'm pretty sure it is. Pretty sure it is. Eye of the Beholder. Berserker cooldown reduction. Reset that. Yeah, it's got grid movement, right? Strike damage. Reset. You like the chaos because of the purple? Yeah, I like chaos abilities in Fury as well. I played quite a bit of that. What's it? Hex Blast? Hex Blast. Cooldown reduction. Nope. Where are my resistances? We're trying to save our lives out here so we can keep running around with the perdition because we can't stand being so slow. Critical strike damage. Reset. King's Quest. Never got into that one, but I remember it vaguely. Reset. Reset on that era of gaming. I guess it was a little bit after, but my favorite of those old PC games, I think, was Dungeon Keeper. That was the game that it dawned on me, like, we can be the baddies. We can play the bad guys. Like, yes, yes, you can. It is possible. Back then, that did not happen that often. Set us. Got the Berserkers. Yeah, there's a lot of neat interactions in PoE, too. Especially a lot of, like, party interactions, like people throwing down fields that you can actually get value from. I wish this game had a lot more of it. That would be cool. Hey, what's up? Welcome in. Berserker cooldown reduction. Evil Genius. Yeah, I never played Evil Genius. But come to think of it. I know of it, but I never played it. Go again. Reset. Nothing. Some life. Nope. Resistant elements. There's one. Maximum life. That's not it. I'm surprised I don't have a double GA that has a resistance. Like, I saved all those rolls, and yet no really good one has shown up that I can recall. Or what I got. Okay, we got a double. Nope, I got the Voln. Go again. Alright, maximum life. You can see without that. Resistance to all elements. Okay. There's another double. Denied. You're pretty cursed to have a resistance ring be the thing that cost me the most now. Doesn't cost us that much, but noticeable. It's being stubborn. Last season, it was 400k off the site or so on a polearm. That was the most expensive thing. This season so far, I think it was something on the druid. I can't remember exactly what. It was not that big of a standout. No elements here. Yes, yes, Overlord is. Overlord is. I did play that, and I do have that one. I played a little bit. Denied. Go again. Pretty sure Overlord was very much inspired by Dungeon Keeper. Maximum life. Nope, we go again. Yes, all characters in PoE games have the same board. It changes a little bit depending on like your ascendancy and then of course where you start depending on what your class is. But overall, it is the same board. So cooldown reduction, reset here. Cooldown reduction, we don't want that. Maximum life, nope. Yeah, so a lot of new players, they look at PoE and PoE 2 and they see how big that board is and they get like really overwhelmed, but it's actually not that bad once you start like learning it, because then you only have to learn it once and like everything is like okay, and then it helps you route what you want from any class, anywhere, anytime. And it actually gives you a lot of possibilities. Granted, a lot of that ends up being like illusion of choice, but at least it's fun to feel like you have that much choice sometimes. Okay, reset. And that's very much the PoE, PoE2 experience. It is a lot of homework. A lot of homework. Which is not for everybody, so I get that. But you can always cheat on your homework in these games. There are guides for that. To some extent, anyway. You kind of have to know how things are built together so you can do your resistances over there, though. You don't kind of at least know like those kind of basics, you struggle, because no guide can 100% tell you what you're gonna have for pieces to put together. Go ahead and reset this one. The limits on how much you unlock with like completions and levels and things like this, isn't it? So there's got to be a limit, but it's generally you're not gonna reach it because you've got 100 for that. Hard to go up onto 100 for PoE. PoE 2. Like XP penalty is steep. Oh, resistance. Yeah, that it has. It's a pretty similar system to what D4 is. Critical strike damage. We'll reset this one. Sand definitely healed you. I never actually played Knights of the Old Republic. I had a lot of friends who were like super into it, and I just never got into it myself. Reset here. Critical strike damage. Reset this. Yes, after I think level 75 in PoE games, you start losing XP when you die. So you gotta make sure build plays tight, otherwise you're gonna get stuck. Like 70, 75, something like this. Generally, you don't really feel it until like 80 from my experience. Then the 90s plus you usually tend to feel pretty prestigey. And then when you really feel like, okay, maybe I need to pick up a meta build. Resets. Going with those. Yeah, we had one of those upload moments earlier. There's no elements. Let's go again and hit these. Berserker cooldown. We'll reset. Yeah, the XP penalty in PoE doesn't hit you until way later. Campaign, no worries there. Crit strike damage, reset you. Little strike damage, we don't need that. Go in again. Maximum life, we'll reset. There's no elements, we got you. There's no elements. Alright. Critical strike damage, you're like all site-wide. Yeah, right now for me, it looks like I'm fine over all my other monitors as far as I can tell. But I don't hear my own audio, it's the only thing. Oh, there's definitely campaign and PoE. Reset this one. There's all elements. Maximum life. Reset. You're strictly have to have cutscenes and campaign type for it to be a campaign. I don't know about that. I don't know about that. There's an elements. Here we go. I think it might be a you thing. I think everybody else is okay. There we go. We got the triple. So my resistance is that is with incense and everything running right. Yeah. It's currently sitting at 55.7 on my lows, which is not great, but for what we're doing currently, it's kind of like survivable. To fix it, you put the Shago back on, the damage reduction to be okay. So many uniques, makes it rough. Rather, of course, not mess with the amulet. Could also get more resistances from the seasonal power. If we're that desperate, like, I'd rather not. Okay. So, that puts me at, I can actually farm some more Obside again, see what else is going on. Hordes and 8 minutes. You know, I'll attempt to do a 6, but I have a 6. I do. There you go. We'll skip that escalation for now. Thank you for the follow. Welcome in. See if we can do the Hordes in time to get a favor. If not, we're trying to farm a better shard. Because mine's a 125 out of 150. So it could be better. Alright. Go, my desecrated friend. See what else is happening. Sarus, filling wind. Oh, explosive. Alright. Never heard of that one. Don't know anything about dark. Horrible. Soul Spires. Summoners. Alright. Barb is pretty okay this season. It's not at its best, but as far as like killing torment bosses on 4 and that kind of deal, you definitely can. Definitely can be done. Having the Starlings, getting the extra damage, and that kind of thing would be pretty helpful, yes. It always depends on the build, too. As time goes along, some things have bigger multipliers than others, and it kind of just is what it is. Soul Spire, Mortar Waller. Frozen. There you go. Okay, left. Bars in the pit while running Mighty Throw do about as well as any of the other ones, minus of course the bug Spiritborn. So there's that. You want to measure down that way, and then this Legend Strike. You can definitely do all the other farming type stuff. And even in the pit, I've seen like do pretty respectable, or a few people do a pretty respectable job in there as well. Alright. I see. Yeah, I know who Phillian is. I think that's his name. Okay, now Ethan Mask. Definitely know the face. Well, Jen, I know a lot of people are like always really fond of him as an actor. I've always been very indifferent, but Firefly was good. I don't deny that. Shot. There you are. Another one of this. Alright. Ether masses. First is multi-shots. And the right we go. This one. Another one. Another one. They're like same actors and everything. How much retcon are they gonna do? How much retcon do you have to make a Firefly movie work at this point? We're just gonna accept that some of them are gone. But that's a fan base that never dies. Like most shows and series, you know, after it's over, there's a big fall off and you don't hope for there to be anything after. For some reason, Firefly just keeps going and going and going. Despite it being so long ago it was over. It didn't even have that many seasons, did it? So it's kind of wild how much people cling to that. Alright, here. Yeah, they can. Okay, left. Over here to my left side again. Got a little Hellborn activity. Yeah, I think exactly. It's like still, yeah. It persists. It persists. How? I don't know. I don't know. It's like when things like Supernatural persist, everyone's like super attached to them. It's like, okay, that show went on a long time. Like people grew up with that show. Like fair enough. But one season show that keeps getting like movies, like entertain, like still movies, and they still get all the like the con benefits. I'm sure, like that's wild to me. That is a cult following right there. Cold Enchanted, done. Little explosives, little Hellborn action. Okay. Cool for that. Okay, then that's sad. Yeah, that's usually how it goes. That's the struggle of like fantasy and sci-fi especially. You want to do like special effects or anything like that. They're like, nope, we're not gonna give that to you. We can bust out some reality TV for nothing and make more than anything you guys can do. And the people who are in it practically work for free. Sorry. Sucks to be you. This is why we can't have nice things. There's summoners. We'll go out here. Poison is like, oh, you want to get paid like a big actor? You think you're a big actor, do you? Like, too bad. TV's rough. Almost there you go. Back over here. Ether Fiend. There you go again, Light Enchanted. I was never like super into it. Well, I was like, it's okay. As far as like the sci-fi type of shows go, I think my favorite was actually Farscape. That was wild. Frozen. And then, of course, I like Star Trek, but a lot of the reason I like Star Trek is because it perpetually still exists. The franchise doesn't die, so that's cool. You can still get more content. But overall, like, their vibes, I like Farscape. Hellfire. Faster events. Let's take the faster event here. There you go. Here, that's sub over there. Thank you, thank you. Okay, now Frozen. 21's good for you. Little rogue here. Move out this way. Yes, I do believe it is. It's definitely kind of like the Muppet energy, all that kind of costuming. Depressors. Get that one up here. Poison out that way. Pure eggs over to the left. Okay, now here's that one again. Mortars, poison. I don't know what it actually is, but like, it definitely looks like it. Some of the vibes definitely have that. I'll have to look it out. Haven't seen it in forever. It is, it is. Okay, there we go. Okay, Hellborn. Those and those. Shadow Enchanted. And then they had like Stargate and Stargate Atlantis, Stargate SG-1, Stargate Atlantis. Those are not bad either. I've never watched like the whole thing, like beginning to end. It was just kind of like bits and pieces. A lot of people are really into that one too. Hellborn +1. I think there was another Stargate along the way that didn't last nearly as long. I can't remember the name of that one. There's this. Here to the right again. They do try to keep that one going in various ways too, don't they? I remember seeing this first Stargate movie in theaters. That was so long ago. I remember seeing it. And that it got a whole series and all that sort of deal. I always thought that was wild. Hellborn here. Yeah, it's not that I wait a long time. Summoners. Those again. Here we go, vampiric things. Got that cleared. So many of these spawning. Not bad. Without resub, and you're 14 months in Fame Nation. Okay, Hellborn. There's a little bit of all of these. Looking good that way. Alright. You think the chest will give me a 2GA item, but what I need is the shard. Even in a 1GA with the 150%, so we'll see how that goes for me. Go over here. Dun, 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 dun. Alright. So, Mavor the Cruel. There's one of you. Ishmael the Accursed, and Brim the Maelstrom. Just like that. Interesting. Grab the gloves. Alright, 239. Actually, 439. So there was a double, so at least on that guess, you were right. Fortunately, not what I need there. So the pole arm here is strength crit strike damage, which I really don't need. I think. Look at like any of the builds I really want to run with it. Grandfather's good enough and pretty much for anything that I would do right now. Let's go inventory this. Got my favor, hopefully. Your magic did not fail you. Well, GA did drop. With that many items dropping, I mean, there was a pretty good chance, to be fair, but, you know. Right is right. This time. You are correct. Get rid of this. Alright. Black is silent. Core dragon. How many things worth good? Oh yeah, the pit. 43 minutes. I guess I'll go in here again. Paragon, please. Open this thread up. Are we already game? Dun, 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 dun. There, what'll it be? Cold Chance, a little Shocklands action. Got the Revenant out of here, maybe. Any of that? No, we don't. And caught in all weird corners. I don't like it. Now, here's that again. Mortar Summoners. Here's a little Shocklands. Ice Clan Shamans. Back to right. And the left for you, nothing. Multi-shot Shocklances. Fire Enchant, Duplicious. Here you go. And the left. Yes, the Pluto TV stuff is kind of interesting. Because like, you don't know what to watch, but you want something in the background. You like pick a channel. It's constantly play one series in syndication forever and ever and ever. Speaking of reality TV type stuff, they got a lot of that constantly. And there's so many seasons of some of them. Alright, pop that. The champions. You know, in an experience on Mass to properly grind a Paragon, because actually that'd be pretty fun. Like never ending dungeon, but like kept getting like ridiculously challenging or something, kind of entertaining, like a survival mode of some sort. Okay, left. But anytime I think they've introduced stuff like that, people end up not liking it so much. Your niche, I guess. Alright. Interesting. I haven't been keeping track of all that. Stargate's interesting because you just do that unlimitedly. It was just kind of like the sliders for like they never made it home. Kind of thing. Although, every time I think about sliders, I think of like the episode where they did make it home and they didn't realize it because of the gate. And it's a nightmare scenario. It's like, oh no, I'm gonna die. Don't think about it. Frozen Shockland. You're the champion. Okay. To the northeast, Chilling Winds Tempest Shadow Enchanted. Alright. Yeah, it's fine. I'm talking about like streaming and stuff like that. That's alright. It's mainly so people don't constantly name drop because it gets obnoxious. Or like try to advertise for themselves on the sly. Like, we don't like that. Like, generally like talking like pop culture type stuff. Pressers. Get this one out of the way. Alright. Poison. Teleport. Clear the champion. Okay, in the northeast. Cool, Electrified Obelisk. Let's go ahead and do one of these. Get our vampiric. Stop it. Here we go. Dun, 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 dun. Church of the Land. Are we gonna actually hit this? Oh no. The resource is being sus. The return didn't happen. There we are. Like, how can the return not happen? I have Perdition on. Surely we should be better at it than we were before, if anything. Don't know if I like the Predation more than I like the Shaco, even for this right now. Don't know. Grab the boots, the pants, and we'll throw more points into this. It's a 16% chance, so it's not high, but a little bit nice there. There you go. That we got the box from, that's why we did it. Not that worried about maxing out the glyphs on this right now. Okay. Let's do one of these.
It is done.
Should at least finish the story. Yeah, well, it depends. It's like, do you like having a job that keeps paying you in that industry? Or do you want to be looking for another job? This is the problem. It's one of those, like, if we can continue it most of the time, Most of the time, they say yes. Yes, let's keep going. You don't get much stability in that line of work. So if you can do it, you do. Which, unfortunately, leads to inevitably, eventually, the higher-ups say, okay, that's enough. You hope that it gives it enough time to have a nice little closer, but I don't think TV is generally written to actually end, especially like the old school ones. I don't always want like long series. I just want it to keep going as long as they can milk it. Poor Dragon, Earthling Wounds, go hit this one into the next. Yeah. But it's Portal Fiction. Portal Fiction can go on forever. And ever and ever. Okay, let's grab the protection. Bold Enchanted. Compressor here. Corpse Gate. We need 3. Okay, this way. Doctor Who. Now there's one that goes on forever. Oh dear. You don't even have that many shows over there that go on for long periods of time. And then when they do have good shows, they only have like a very few episodes and you're waiting years. So, like, people make a lot of fun of like Netflix for doing this, but I feel like BBC type content is even worse. Champions. Here you are. Corpse Gates. Now left. Fire Enchanted. Here you again. Okay. What else are we looking at? Northwest we go. Champions. But what were they saying? 3 years for 8 episodes Wednesday. That's how it goes. And like similar for like Stranger Things type deal. But I think even Stranger Things was 12, doesn't it? Or maybe it doesn't. Either way. Television has such long gaps anymore. Poco Television, like streaming series. Still, there's network TV that still runs the long series format, which I don't watch a single one of those shows. I have no idea what's on network TV these days. To come to think of it, no clue whatsoever. Okay, then here. Oh, that 2000s is classic already, which is crazy. Yeah, I guess so. So they had Doctor Who from well before that. Okay, Animus Carriers, we needed those 2. I did this the last time I went to Earthling Wound the same. Like, I went all the way to the back one and I was like, oh wait, we gotta go back to the other ones too. Whoops. Okay, let's go this way. World boss in 1 hour and 12 minutes. Let's go this side. Animus Carriers. I got you and you. Let's collect all of that. Little tizzle. Let's see how we do Southeast. Right over here. There you are. Got that and that. Get Animus into the Animus urn. Right over here on the right side. Da-dun, da-dun. And the Animus urn is good to go. Maybe? Where's the door? I went to the left too far. Like, wait. It all looks the same. It's all just gray. Can you blame me? Not being able to see anything. Alright, Gym Reserve, Forgotten Wisdom. And so here's this again. Champions. Let that come to me. Got plenty of pain gorgers on that stuff, I hope. That's for you. Alright. I see. Grab this. Yeah, I know things like Big Brother still exist and Survivor, like the reality TV shows, because I have family members who still watch that. Every now and then I'll like check in on them and they'll talk about it. What? Okay. Sure. But like actual like scripted dramas other than maybe like the crime shows that never end. I don't know. Anything that's on. Up we go. There and there. Good for that. Fine. No problem. Let's get that toxic lurker out of the way. Alright. Like the various sideshow type shows. I used to watch those a lot. So, you know, super nocturnal. Having a meal before gaming, and the timing would usually work out that I would be around during those kind of shows, so I watched those a lot for a while. Have not, of course, done that in ages. But long period of time. It was like very routine for me to watch those. Here. And then growing up, there was so much Surprise is Right. Alright, grandparents and great-grandparents love that. Love that! Okay, this one. Okay, here. The mythics do drop in any torments, and even before that, by rare chance, but reasonably. It's any of the torments while you're fighting the ladder bosses, and Belial being the most likely to drop a, like, completed mythic. You can also get mythics from getting resplendent sparks off of the seasonal board. One spark per character, and salvaging other mythics and using runes and or the blacksmith RNG to get mythics that way too. You do not have to be in Torment 4, but you have more opportunity in Torment 4 because you get more drops there. Alright, Ward of Eyes. Yep. Whose line is it anyway? Not the fun show. The artillery. There you go. Let's do one of these. Up again. Problem there and there. We're good to go. So, Torment 3. What is here? Don't interrupt me. So we got Opposite Mind coming up now. Yeah, also killing Lilith for the first time because you won. Hello, how you doing? You don't have to kill her in Torment 4, you can kill her in Torment 1. First time will still count. Right here. Yes, but the odds are very slim. I don't think he has one of the odds like the other ladder bosses. Because I have not picked up a single one for him despite how many times I've killed him. Okay, then here. It's one of those, like, technically anywhere you need to drop, the mythic can drop. But the only place where the odds are higher is the ladder bosses. Belial a little bit better than the others. Let's hit this gateway. Oh no. Oh, it would have been a lot of opening anyway. That's a lot of bags, but I mean, I don't pick up all these boxes for the seasonal stuff either. So what I've been thinking about a lot is like they give us all of this, but we don't even use it around here because we grind so much it doesn't even matter. Doesn't even matter. So they want to incentivize us to play certain things. Giving us more loot probably isn't actually going to do it around here. Making it more efficient for XP while we're getting to 300, that's incentive. We like that, at least for a little bit. And then actually having things that are fun would be great. Would be great. My idol drops an evade. I'll drop some potions. I'll take the potions one. I'll skip the other one, of course. Can only carry one at a time. Alright. We good to go? Here. Maybe. There you are. There you are. And then this... Did I hit a potion? I guess I did. Anyway. Here we are. This one... Drain their health and it'll be fine. Done with that. Alright. Here, Whirlwind Barb does not do a lot of damage on its own, like actually truly like the Whirlwind part. They keep buffing it and it's not enough. Used to be like, we would say like dust devils and apply bleeds and things like that, but those are not happening the way they used to because they've changed Paragon board. So right now Whirlwind doesn't have a lot going for it. I'm sure it can farm, like most things can, like Torment 4 even. But you're wanting to that's efficient, can even do like the pit push to get your glyphs and all that sort of deal and like feel good about being with other classes that are more meta. Whirlwind's right now not it. Okay. Pop these. Don't mind if we do. Alright, here, yep. Let's do one of these now. Okay, good. I want And that way, and we'll hang out here to the right. Give about the terrors. All right, here. Don't mind that. Don't like that spot. Let's keep moving. Boss is here anyway. Fine. How you pushing now? Whoops, I walked into that. I walked into it. Cursed. I forgot about rocking the perdition of squishy. Alright. See here. Agony. Alrighty. Yeah, I got like some 55% resistances sitting around and stuff like that. That hurts. Alright, escalations. Let's hit that portal. Yeah, I went back to play D2 Resurrected, so I don't know about any of that. And I don't remember much of D2. I haven't played it since I was a kid. Paneling is cursed. Alright. Fine for you. Homicide, no problem. Take this. I'm not a fan of the Paragon board either. For the amount of time we put into that, like route all that stuff, it should be doing way more heavy things. It should be changing the way my character actually plays instead of just adding damage modifiers. Like, okay, great, whatever. It's not worth the effort we have to put in. So hopefully one day it'll be better, because nope. Not into it. Just not into it. Put like this. Fine for these. Like, nothing says excitement, like throw a bunch of points in this train because you got extra. Okay, great. So why did I grind all these levels for? Because you got time on your hands and you feel obligated to do it. Right. So open up this. Okay, so High Priest, we got 2 to kill. Yep, it's a bunch of filler BS to multipliers. Now, what's this doing? Our left side champions. A little Chillin wins. Here you go. A little bit of this. We're gonna stay on the High Priest. We need 2 more still. Don't see them out here at the moment. I'm still looking though. There you go. Right side here. Little High Priest going on. Chilling wind right that away. Now we need 1 more High Priest. Where are you at? Okay, then... Yeah, they at some point decided, like, you know what people love? They love big numbers. Let's make numbers stupid big. And they'll love that. They'll love that. And I don't. I don't. Like, every time they say they're gonna have a stat squish and the numbers are gonna go down and be like more manageable and then it doesn't happen, I'm so disappointed. It's like, this is the same, but different. So why do we bother with the different if it's still the result is the same? Alright. Yep, it does. It does. We would have so much more opportunity, build variety, and actual probable creativity if the multiplicative damage was just not it. It would be a lot nicer for a lot of us here, I'm sure. But as long as you can just keep adding the 0, like, okay, this is new content. This is the one that's going to do the high damage. You're going to love these. They're just power creeping. They're power creeping and deciding what we play by adding 0s on the uniques and aspects. None of us are deal. Like, it feels gross. Alright. Here we go. Which is a goal and explodes, I suppose. I feel like a lot of Asian games that I played like really early on, they loved the big numbers. And then at some point, a lot of the Western games would kind of just follow suit. Probably somewhere in their algorithms and market data, they determine that, no, that's the way. It's just my brain disagrees. I disagree. I don't need the big numbers. It's all relative to me. It's like, am I killing this fast enough to what this game you expect it to be? Like, if yes, that's all that matters to me, the exact number on it. You know, I'd rather have a lot of things that can achieve whatever speed we set out for the game to play at. and not have it be determined by, okay, that one got a new unique with a big number. And most people seem like, at least like they want you to think that, oh, this is doing huge damage, this is the one, this is awesome, this is amazing, wow. I don't even know if those people who always say that or actually believe it themselves. There's like the mighty, no. 0.33 on the opus, not good enough. All stats, no. Steel grass cooldown, nope. Yeah, it's the progress, it's the process. Overpower, armor, full resistance. You had to do this the hard way, and so should you, kind of game. I mean, yeah, back then things were different. Back then things were different. It was the I had to go hill both ways kind of territory when you tell the stories of how it was back in my day. Back in my day. How an Austria. I don't care for the affix, but I'm okay with, I guess, the dungeon itself, so we'll do this one. Dun, dun, dun. Okay. So here we are. Moving on down, let's grab that iron gate. Let's see what else we have. Pop that open. Poison. You're an animus carrier, so that's what I want. Go ahead and take this out. Over here, the southwest. Moving that around. Hit that one. All the frozen shock lances. And then if you're like really into the big numbers, a lot of us played season 6. When Spiritborn was extra busted. And the numbers were quadrillions, just like it was normal to have that. And then once you had that, it kind of like ruins all the other numbers if you care about the literal numbers. We've already done 150s in a few minutes. What do you mean? Now we can't do that. So a lot of the time that happens in this game where we have a season that's like off the chain and they try to chain us back up and then everything just doesn't feel right in any direction anymore. That probably has happened to a lot of people. Okay. Over here, I'll try explosives. Like that one. So now it's mostly just like relatively. Okay, how fast is this one doing it compared to that one over there? Oh, that one's doing everything way faster than me? That doesn't feel good. Mostly how I look at the game at this point, like I don't worry about specifics. So you like you get high numbers on certain things, but then you gotta like wait forever for it to happen, like the mighty throw. It might look okay in the pit, but in other parts of the game, you know, no thanks. Open this one. Now, northwest. What do we do here? This. Fine. I need the bloods on the pedestal. That'll be right over there on my right. Take the top and welcome in. Poison. Yeah, action RPG builds tend to be very much like a puzzle. You get that a lot in PoE too. Like, okay, this isn't working, so we spend a lot of time in the hideout, like, how do we fix this? And shopping around, like, okay, I can fix it with this. I can fix it with that. Maybe I can afford this. Oh, that's pretty pricey. So maybe we have to find this resolution. Oh, if I put that in there, then I don't have resistances anymore. I don't have the primary stat I need, so I can actually run this build. So we gotta go back and solve it again. Diablo 4 has that a little bit. But compared to how much you have it in the PoE games, it's nothing. You'll be okay. All this time mine will go. More puzzle than action? Well. Once you get your grind going, it's definitely action. It's both. It's both. That's the RPG aspect of it. Traditionally, RPGs, a lot of different RPGs. We all know love always have puzzles in them. That was part of the gig. So it's very in genre for puzzles to be included. The action games, I don't have that, then often, you know, don't have the character builds and progression, that kind of thing. They don't put the RPG part. They have much less of it, so they don't even try to market that way. No puzzles! You don't like puzzles. Yawn. To be fair, although I like building and build and putting those together, like puzzles and like move this so you can go and progress and like putting puzzles, like literal puzzles together. I'm not a big fan of that. I'm not a big fan of that. So like Zelda games, I am actually not that big into it. So, because there's puzzles involved. A lot of puzzles. Like a little bit like Final Fantasy games, like that's okay. And then back in the day there was a game called Lufia, like a series of games called, I'm pretty sure it was Lufia. Insane amount of puzzles. It was like all puzzles. And that was one of those games that my mom was like crazy about. Like a small window of time when she was super addicted to RPGs. And she was damn good at them. And I realized, like, looking at it now, like, that's the, I don't have the patience for it. I'm definitely more of an action-oriented gal. So I wouldn't say completely that these are more puzzle games than they are action. Like, this is definitely more action than it is puzzle when you look at, like, those kind of games. Maybe. D4 likes Ori. We'll see. There we go. Let's go ahead and roll out to Northeast. Got a little bit of that. I love hate. I think that's how most people who have played a lot of PoE feel about it. I know people who play like basically the majority of the length of time that game has been out, and they definitely don't truly love it. They feel like they're chained to it. It's like, oh, I want to play this kind of game. This is my kind of game, but yet I hate it. I hate it so much, and they still always come back. I'm sure there's a lot of WoW players that are very much like that. Like, I can play all the other MMORPGs, but this is the one I know the best. So I come back. That energy. Select these. Shock lances. And this one up here. Wallers. Another pillar. Alright. How many abilities would you want to be unlocked through Paragon levels? I wouldn't want abilities necessarily to be unlocked through Paragon levels. I think the skill tree like is fine for like general levels and kind of being good. But if the Paragon like enabled different powers off of your skill tree, like you have in some way, form, I'm not against that. I am not against it. I'm like, whatever gets me more build variety that isn't completely ruined by people adding zeros to uniques every season. I'm for this. Whatever they gotta do to like reconstruct the system, so if I really like a build, I don't feel like there's no way I can actually do anything with this, and I'm always gonna be behind everybody who has the new shiny. I would be happy. And it doesn't have to be like everything is gonna be like completely popping off in like the most meta. That's just like, that's unreasonable. But I would like to feel that if I'm choosing something that I like a little bit more than the meta thing, I'm not gonna get completely left in the dust and bringing down the team. Because there's a lot of like perfectly good builds that are playing all their uniques and all their aspects the way that the best they can. They would get left in the dust by anything that's meta. And then when someone plays those builds, you basically look at them and it's like, you know, you're not keeping up here. What do we do with this? Thank you for the follow. Welcome in. There. Whirlwind is actually probably the most perfect example. Like, strictly, you're trying to build a whirlwind build, and you want to play with anybody else. Like, historically, in this game, it's not gone well. It's not gone well. It had like eras where the dust level was good, or it's using the accent for like Hoda and other sort of things. Like actually, truly playing whirlwind because you love whirlwind would be frowned upon, and that's not the best feeling when it's like one of the most classic actual powers in this kind of game ever, and we have to sit there and be like, probably not the best choice. She'll want coffee pretty soon, though. At least she always has a plan. We know what to expect, Ori. She lets us know. I love a good plan. Alright, Seaborn Goddess. We need 3. Have I ever played Destiny? No, I have not played Destiny. I have had a lot of friends that have definitely spoken well of it, but just I missed that boat when Destiny 1 and 2 were kind of at their heights, so I was always playing other things. Select these now. Okay, here is 2 more Seaborn Goddesses, right? Right, so we need to find that over here. To that northwest. I have not played the really new Zelda games. I have a Switch too, so I have like a lot of access to Zelda games. The last one I played was actually Ocarina of Time. I didn't even play through Majora's Mask or whatever it's called. That blasphemy a little bit. So let's see how we're doing over here. Howdy, it's Lon. Hello, hello. Okay, Seaborn Goddess. Less than 2 hours we have the Sanctuary sit down on Discord, so I will definitely try to in stream before all that happens, because I know a lot of us are in. are gonna be very interested in all that. But we still got time. Still grinding. Okay, Siren's Chamber, that is over here somewhere. Alright. Move it all through. Rolling. To the southeast. Bad memory? Drowsy hag. There we are. Alright, walkers. So, round wisdom for RGB. I'll decide mine. Breath of the Wild, is that the— oh, I think it's the one to play. Sorry. Oh no! Before Astaroth, I'll grab you. I didn't know she was actually making it in this one. Grab that ancient statue. Everybody knows I got the brain of a small flying rodent. I just flat forward. I don't keep track of what's happening. Place this out here. I just told you. I don't know if that's a word. It's worse than that. I forgot about you. Okay, now here. To the southwest. Little lunatics. Let's grab our ancient statue after this is done popping off on me with everything else. No. Kidding, of course. I forgot. I didn't forget about you. I forgot I should probably wait a second. It's the go next mentality. It can't be helped. It's funny that I still have it even when I don't need on this night. I don't need Forgotten Souls. I already have my experience. You know, I still do the same thing. It can't be helped. Alright, Demonic Corruption there at 3. Here. Yep, I played all classes this season. Most of them have like pretty much triple crit gear and at least one build. You know, that sort of thing. At least one. Little champion right out here for us. Oddly enough, I guess I haven't farmed on Rogue a lot to get like really good gear. Do what I need to do. There we go. Now, or you can join me for Astaroth. Okay, then to the right. I want to go pop this open. World boss in 48 minutes. Because I forgot that she wanted to come join and I went next. That's why. Whoops, don't die now. Although with the perdition on and my weird resistance is a pretty decent chance. So, we have Secret Legendary Soils, Riches of Key. Orinko sounds like an Orabot. I'm actually Orabot, that's the funny thing. I'm the Orabot player. Although Ori probably would enjoy those support type builds too, though. Are you the AI now? Well, I think we both can be AI together. When people come through and they start asking if I'm AI, I'm gonna start saying yes. When Skynet is watching you, we know what we do on your PC at night. Oh, this is like, embrace it. Like, fine. If people are gonna be like this, like, yes. I don't know what you're gonna do with that information, but yes. Tell all your friends. I'm AI. I'm sure you can min-max plenty in Diablo 1, but I haven't played that in ages either, so I couldn't tell you. Pretty much anything. You can find a way. And then I think like a lot of the old games, there's a lot of weird like tips and tricks. They're not maybe the most documented, at least back then it wasn't. That's where the real sweat is involved. Like, oh yeah, you know about that Wurtzling, what you need to do? You know, let me tell you. You know all the things. Okay, where are we off to next? I got strong rooms galore, Ruby Reserve. Let's see what she's got in Belfry. Will I hit the accept or the decline with that lag? So, equipment elf, let's go. Is that your pick? That's the one I'm from? You sure? Sure. Yeah, I'm not a, what is it, open AI. I'm not a deep seek. I'm not from the Chinese. Know that? Every time I look at the amount of AI models for all sorts of things there are, like, my mind is blown. There's so many. There's so many. And everybody's doing it. Okay, back to Southeast. This game easy learn for someone who has only played FPS games. Yes, actually, as far as action RPGs go, this is probably of the mainline ones, the ones I recommend for a new player that wants to give it a shot. It is pretty straightforward, and it isn't up until like the really in-game type phases of the game where you kind of have to work really hard to get things right. You experiment for quite a while and get to learn the game. It's not going to punish you too badly. Okay, here, like these and these. Where a lot of games, if you don't build right basically out of the gates, it's tough to pull it back. D4 is very easy to respec, very easy to shift gears as you go along and learn and want to try different things. Okay, then what do we have? Champions here. Over to the right is the way to go, maybe? Oh, we haven't found an active round chaplain, but we are finding equipment delve, so I was actually over here. Oh no. Dun, dun, dun. Good for you. Grab the rusty key. Let's see how we're doing, little champions. Got that artifact. Let's go this way. Good deal. Dun, dun, dun. Mm-hmm. Drowned sea hags. Here you go. Gold reserve strong rooms. Let's go and hit these. No Mario Party AI. Oh goodness. Actually, as a kid, one of my favorite things to do when playing those Nintendo games was to set all of these spaces as CPU. And like made them like ultra sweaty and just like watch them go. I didn't even want to play a lot of the time. I just wanted to watch the AI fight each other. And that was a good time to me. And you can still do that. And also in Smash nowadays, you can watch other people's games and like bet on it for points for whatever. I don't even know what you buy, but it's funny. It's like watching like all these Japanese sweats fight each other and like guess who's gonna win off of data. They give us at the beginning. Yes, yes. My gladiatorial battle is the closest we get. Alright, let's go. In-game purchases for ease of life or other purchases, all cosmetics in this game. They're pretty pricey cosmetics, but we only had cosmetics in this game for the shop. Okay, Roger Gatsumas. They don't even sell like campaign skips and you know all that kind of thing. None of that. It's all just for the looks. Okay, here we go again. Or he's got that one. Whoa, wow, am I stuck right now? I know what that was. Okay, I'll get this. I'll get this. Yes, you can't do that. Okay, back to the left. Alright, Waller Mortar. Okay, cool. Clear that one a little bit. Don't mind if we do. 70 seconds. Looks okay. And we'll move out here to the right side. Wish you could pet your goat? You can pet your goat. You say hello next to the goat. Why can't you pet it? Okay, use the hello emote next to the pets and it will pet it. You can actually pet other people's pets too. Even if you can't see them, but you can like, guess where they are. Technically, you can pet them. So activate this. Here you are again. Nicely done. Boss right here on the left. Alright. Yep. So, your wish has been granted. You're welcome. Maze. Don't need that. Nope, we don't. Let's go over here to the southwest. The AI mode kicked in. We know some things. We know some things. Okay, there you go. Know where that came from. Let me open the box. Because gold, I guess. Oh dear. Go this way, or he's going that. And work with it. Grab a little blast wave action. 5 for you. Okay, here. Where that came from. That looks nice. One remains. That's the one up here at the door. Wait. Yep, yep. All shadow and chance. Done. Up we go. Don't need you. Lord of Eyes, how you doing? Okay, there. Gold, I'll take it. Okay, Poison Enchanted. Over here, northeast. That one's good. Yeah, you play WASD in this game, so probably not too difficult to figure all that out if you don't want to do the mouse movement kind of life. There are alternatives. I use both interchangeably. So it means that when I play off of Exile 2 and see how we're doing. Alright, you played Spiritborn and you don't know what's the best way to play. Any tips? Okay, so if you're leveling on Spiritborn, a lot of time we go Quill Volley. It's pretty good, but technically Spiritborn, you can play any of those like core skills and build around just like general damage for like Thorns as you get the uniques, and it will do pretty well for you. But the tried and true Quill Volley is a good one early on. A lot of people like to play evade style Spiritborn, but you will have to get your aspects and things together a little bit more for that to work out. Okay, now. Final Reserve, Forgotten Wisdom, Roderick's Strong Room. I think Rake right now would also be pretty good to level with. Crushing Hands is, I think, highest performer in the leaderboard. So even if you wanted to play that, like the more standard version, just to start, it's a fine choice. The only thing you really can't do really easily for Spiritborn is try to go like potency skills as main damage early, because those have a lot of like cooldowns and things that need to get sorted. But the core skills and the basic skills, like you kind of could just take your pick. And as far as like leveling and starting off, you should be fine. Like these. And then right now you want just like guaranteed solid damage. A lot of people go Jag, and then pick up a Loyalty Mantle unique helmet at some points, and that'll take you pretty far. Most builds do favor to go Jag, and then actually run the Mystic Circle for it, because then you just stack Ferocity and all the benefits from Jag sky high. You probably shouldn't have to worry about that when you're just like starting out. Alright. All these. Over this way. Got a strong room out there. Let's go ahead and join her on the east side. The champions. I don't like this corner. I'm going around the wrong way. Let's go back this way. To the other. Alright. Yeah, see, that's the thing about Spiritborn. It is gear dependent, you need the right aspects. So I would recommend, if you're struggling with Rake, look at what aspects you have that have the interactions to give you more damage and just convert. It's not too painful to do that. And then if you find the Rake aspects and the combination you need, you can always, change it back. You can also use the armory in town. It should be unlocked, I think, immediately in this game at this point. You can save builds and come back to them later. Do this one over here. Okay. Careful. What is hitting me? Let me pick up my totem, please. There we go. You got that for us. So we're on the right side. Got that for me. Good deal. Not too shabby. Let's go out to the next pillar. Right here again. Excessive cold enchants. Are we good? Maybe. She's got that over there on that side. Yeah, now I got mine on over here. On right. Fine. Little plague bearers. Here you are again. Okay. Got that handled. Let's go back here to this one. So fast with the moats. Boil those. Good deal here. And the southeast. Chillin wind teleports. Good deal. A little agony. Cool. So let's hit that Roderick cache. Rings. Oh dear, that's painful. This is fine. Okay, then we needed one more high priest. Is it down this way? Do we think so? Bot says evade S tier next season. Are he right? I mean, it's pretty decent tier right now. It's just that the busted stuff exists, so it doesn't feel as good as it could. She got that over there yet? No. Do I have any other options here? Yeah, it could be down this way. Yeah. Did we not go far enough to find it while we were doing that? It might be down here. Yeah, I just need to take a few more steps where I was, and I would have found it before I went back to the portal. I got it now. Right here. Yes! Like, it did see your tug of war dogs. On, always dropping the dog videos. Up we go. Okay, Conjure Abomination. Unique spoils, riches, and keys. Barshan's offering. You like Condor, do you? Interesting. So you like the kill 3 high priests and boss prophet. I mean, it's not bad, actually. It is a pretty decent dungeon, come to think of it. Generally, we like the spider dungeons, because I just keep popping more spiders, and while we were using that to level, it was very efficient. Now we don't use that as much, I guess, you know, not as crazy about them, but I still don't mind them. For the look, Belfry is my favorite, and then it's also fast. So, best of the world there. I remember when Belfry was much longer. I didn't appreciate it then. I hardly went into it. The part of me that misses it just because it's like really big underwater looking castle dungeon, kind of cool. Toss this out. Now every time I go in there, it's like instantaneously just over. It reminds me of one of my favorite parts of Ragnarok Online. Always liked the sunken ship. Yes, it's telling on a campfire chat is a sanctuary sit down in the sanctuary Discord, I believe is where they're holding it. So it's not like a traditional campfire. They're changing up how they approach that particular part of the season. So right now, this time they're gonna do it with a dev sit down. Okay, this one. I'm not absolutely 100% sure what they're gonna present to us there, but that's what's up. 145% and the basic skills. Maximum resource, not bad. I'll take it. I'll take it. If you don't want it, I'll grab that since it will give me that extra damage. Not a 150 yet, but it's a pretty good start. And it's a maximum. It's a basic actually. It wasn't a maximum resource, was it? Basic skills, which is the same as what I have. So I'll hold on to that. I'm not gonna go and upgrade it just yet, but we will find a spot for it here. I don't remember where it is because it's a little bit separated from the rest. Poison resistance, strength. Did I get these? Yeah, maybe. Maybe they will. I don't know how much rumblings we've had about D4 showing up at Gamescom. There's always a chance. Let's get rid of this. We'll go Belfry again, since I mentioned it. Equipment Delve. Let me in. Let it drop a 4GA chart with 150% aspect. We gotta remember to have the aspect included, otherwise it's just gonna troll me and I'm gonna cry. Not that I really would, but we'd be very disappointed. Very disappointed. Alright. Here you go. Suppressors. 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 Please, if they're gonna announce that DLC, tell us what the new class is. That's what the world really wants to know. Please, please. End our suffering. The tension is too much. Okay, here. And then... like, just our luck that they won't tell us the class. If they do any announcements, they'll tell us the DLC is coming. It's like, we know. And they'll be like, returning characters that you love. Like, okay. Strong room over there with Ori, like, but that's not confirming class. We need to know the class. Okay, there you go, suppressors again. Let me do some of this. Alright. Not too shabby now. Hit this one. Okay, up we are going. Are you replying to yourself? Or just continuing the thought, I guess. Yeah, that's fair enough. I guess. The vampirics are good. Let's hit these. I sort of played League. They kind of understand like building a character in general concept. Oh, that'd be too bad. All right, no evade for me. I've got these. Even Pod's on the Paladin train now. He didn't know what we were missing, and then he played Baldur's Gate 3, and he chose to be a Paladin, and now he's right there with us. Like he was always there. Paladin, please. Paladin, please. And I'm like, yes, please, give Fawn a Paladin so he'll stop dying. It's very difficult to die on a class like that. Although he'll find a way, there's a higher % chance that he won't. And save us all here so much trouble. Please, Blizzard, give us a Paladin. Just for that reason alone, we need it. Save Fawn. Save the Fawn. That's what we need to do. We need a Paladin so Fawn stops dying. Okay, let's go ahead and open up this. There you are. So swords, pants, chest armor. And that's the wrong portal. So where's the— oh no, I hate it when they stack like this. The other portal is behind it. Give me all the auras. Give them to me now. Make them actually good. Like, just perpetually every season just add a 0 at the back of whatever my multiplier is for being around people. So I'll be relevant. This is the only way. The only way it works. If you're going to keep power creeping, we need a constant progressive aura getting another 0 behind multiplicative damage. That's what we need. They just solve the puzzle for me. I'm good. Okay, like, but you're just gonna be an aura bot. You can do nothing. You're just gonna run that. Yes. Yes, I will. The most glorified just chatting in all the land very quickly, but you know, that's actually what I do in PoE when I played it. I don't care. I like that. Like, stack all the shiny circles. This is what I do. I mean, that's why I started off as a necro this game. Deep down, I wanted auras, right? Right, so circles. How close did you get? Let it function like Barbarian Work Party, yes. Yes. If the barbs can have a touch of it, I can have a full aura line. But I need them to not look like Season 7 swords. I said this just yesterday. Like whoever made the Season 7 appearance of auras, don't do that. The aura on Cursed Aura for Necro. Those are nice. That's nice. The hand concept in Season 7, okay, but not great. The other ones we don't talk of. We don't speak of those. Yeah, at least Hydra or Latency doesn't matter. That's good too. Alright, Rusty key to the locked door thing. Do I need this? Yes, we do. Find mobility styles of power. Yeah, we already have so many mobility type classes and we just got a dex character, so settle down. Settle down. And I'm like, I don't actually need a paladin, to be fair. I need a class that performs like Paladin. You can slap whatever aesthetic or whatever BS you want on it, as long as it plays like a paladin. I don't care. I'm happy. Like, I really like Spiritborn minus the damage situation, and I generally I cannot stand like tribal theme classes or anything, to be honest. But I still love Spiritborn, so you know I'm not that picky about that sort of part. I can work with anything. And they sell enough cosmetics, you can kind of eventually sneak the class out of that aesthetic. Fine enough. Alright, I need to refresh everything. There you go. Alright. You suspect to do some sort of hybrid class? Yeah, I want holy and evil as hell at the same time. And have auras, and so it would be like damage auras, like we're killing things just by standing around. I'm okay with damage auras too. Go. We need both. Give me both. Just let me exist. Let me exist. Inject auras in my veins. I don't care. Just don't make them look like Season 7s. They could even actually probably be trash and I would still play it. I just don't care. I say that, and then it's like, they kind of have stuff like that on Druid. No, that doesn't count. Those shouts are sad. Like, there was an attempt on Cyclone Armor to do something, I guess. And it is pretty clear that they've forgotten it exists. Okay, here. That one. I feel like people who have played a lot of D3 can answer that question a lot better than I can. Because D2, I always remember basically more or less what we have already is kind of how it is. already sorted that way, like the jungle, the desert, you know, that kind of thing. There. Got that going. Let's move out here to my right again. Am I lagging right now? A little bit. It's contagious. Ori's lag is contagious. Let's do this circle thing. Right here. Find obelisks. And then we're over here this way. Zooming right along. Settle down, latency, settle down. Tribute to Harmony. Let's go ahead and open this up here. Faceless Shrine, escalation. I'll take it. Now I gotta go play. Guess which portal? A Paladin crab! Oh, we already got crabs in PoE. No crabs. No crab people. Did we save this? Yes. Then we go back up that way for the others. How do we keep having things popping up right here? It's a little weird. It should be dead. I think we're good that way. Now we go check out the left side. Fine again. Comes back to you for massive AoE damage. Fancy. Yeah, you toss it. And boomerang auras. This is like, give me razor wings, but better. That would basically be pretty ideal, actually. So now you got that idea stuck in my head. Like, wait, you get the boomerang kind of effects like my razor wing, which is my favorite build in the game right now, and then put it up with auras so I can throw at people and do damage too. Okay, sign me up. Let's go. Let's go. I don't think I've ever seen that before, actually. Come to think of it, and I've seen a lot. Okay, here. Whoa, that was weird. What is going on with that camera? Please stop. Champions. Get this going for me. Side northwest with the Ward of Eyes. Got you going. I want to say there's something maybe a little bit like that in Guild Wars 2, one of those specialization classes. There's so many, it's hard to remember. Grab my Opposite. Let's open up that box for more materials. Love to see it. We need one more Ward of Eyes. Is it down this way? That's a dead end, so no. Total Enchanted. Already got it. Alright, so, Opposite mine. Take that. No. No, Hierophant Pyre. Obnoxious ruins that go on for days. This has like IRL catacombs energy that go on and you get lost and you starve to death in the dark. Ratchet. Okay, I need treasure room. Yeah, boomerang. I heard the butcher and he died over here and I walked into something that killed me. Wonderful. Thank you. Let's grab the Tributed Titans. Death Explosion wrecked us because that low resistance. You seen the treasure room? No, we haven't. Okay, Frozen. Careful about the explosion there. What's that doing? 2 champions here and here. I still don't see any of that treasure room. Going and going and going. Oddly quiet in this zone right now. There we go. And where are the enemies? I have normal feeling. Alright, another door. This one... I like aura twisting from Dark Age of Camelot. The other games have done like similar takes on it. You can't run all of them at once, but they overlap just enough and you're constantly rotating. So it makes running auras an active activity. So it feels like something like rotating boulder and keeping those all going, you know, that kind of thing. That's... If they like ask unlimited choice for auras, what I would want, because just like turning them on and like maintaining them, like you do in PoE, it becomes a little boring. So you're having to actually actively maintain and juggle the auras to get like all the maximum out of it. Then it feels good. Then it feels good. If they give me auras properly ever at all. I want that portal over there. Let's see if I can do this without getting interrupted. Gerard. Alright, let's go ahead and hit that there. Hey, Vana, welcome in. Keep aggroing more things. There's another one. Oh no. Stop this. I'm unstoppable and I still get stopped. Alright, let's try this again. Yeah. It was one of those, and it was a PvP game, so it was like super rewarding. Super rewarding to be good at it. One of those classic, everybody wanted you around, and not everybody was going to be happy doing it. It's just like, oh, just slot an aura, and everyone's like, okay, you take that one, you take that one, you take that one, and just let it run. Like, okay. And that makes the aura runners, or anyone who likes auras, just like, it's a lame job. It's like, oh, here's this for a damage multiplicative for yourself, and then like maybe your friends, and then everybody ends up running it. It's like, what's the point? It's not fun. And there's the materials, legendary spoils, unique spoils. Right now, they don't have the more traditional auras in PoE 2. It's mostly just like you run it on a scepter, and it's like it's there, so you don't even like build towards it all that much. It doesn't feel quite the same. Like, I think it's like a happy medium between nothing that we have right now and then the always on that they have in PoE. But not just full on, everybody just runs one and that's all it is. That's not fun. That is not a good aura class. Alright. Amulets. We'll toss all these out. Here you are. And then there's a sword there. It is an Opus 1GA only, but it's something. That's that for the amulet. And this one is only a 0.31. That won't do. That won't do at all. Two-handed mace over there only had a 1GA. I need at least a 2 for an upgrade. Okay. Lag into town, not helped by me hitting that UI window. No, sir. Alright, this one's 36%. We don't want these. Yeah, I've never actually gotten into Albion. Every time I thought I would, you know, maybe play it, like whoever was looking to play it, like, didn't commit. So I really don't know that much about it, but I'd actually probably really like it. But it's also one of those games, like, I would probably like it so much I would just want to play it all the time. So maybe not the best idea. Excuse me. Okay, there you go. Got a little sword here. And I got this maximum life. No, triple mother's embrace. It's not even mother's blessing time anymore. Doesn't she know to leave us alone? What else is going on out here? World boss is in 17 minutes already. That's what we just did, a world boss. And then we got Undercity. I haven't taken this character to the Undercity. Suppose we can. Fair enough. I'll be honest, as I understand, it gets very sweaty. The people who are like into it are like super into it. Let's see. I mean, I may as well burn the Ascendancy or Ascendance, whatever thing we got. Or here with the Hydra, after all. Yeah. I don't know how their bard class runs, but now that he's mentioned that there's a bard, I'm even more intrigued. We don't want the Resolute run, we want the United. Since this is part of the season, going with 2 is fine. There we go. Hopefully we're not both gonna lag really hard when we go in here. We need to be efficient. I remember the Undercity for a while with the Undead, and now when you play Undead, they don't start there. It's not like that anymore. Tragic. So that's what I remember vaguely when playing one. Okay, so I need to go this way. Evade that. Okay, I'll fire enchant. That one done. Good. Going over here. Ori's got that handled for me. Another one down below, southwest side. Shock lances. Play there, hit the champion there and there. Move that here to the right. Portal's ready. So now, how we looking? To right again. There you go. We're frozen. Let's take a look at the left. Here for us. Okay, Lesser Afflicted. There's Shock Lance, Electrified Obelisk. Pop that. Who's left? There we are, just waiting for the obelisk to get sorted. Now we're going a Grand Spirit Beacon. Alright. No, this toy is my toy. You decided to get the auras while they did the work, set it in, forget it. Well, generally, I guess it depends on the game, but yeah, if you're only giving your buffs, usually they're not built that way. You could be doing a lot of other stuff too. But generally, people were okay, unless they were like a full sweat tier group. In most games, like, okay, at least you're giving us the buffs, that's all we ask. It's like, just give me the haste, give me whatever you got. Better than nothing. Explosives. 4 out of 4. Let's go Portal. Go Barbarian, go. What's Ori's opinion on the rise of AI in the 21st century? Love a good AI debate. Ori is playing Behave, so clearly she's indifferent to the AI. Confirmed. Up we go. Okay, here. That one is done. There are a lot of artists very strict on the AI's theft. We definitely do not like the AI. And then you get like the con artist type that are always trying to get all up in our DMs on Discord. Just like, they don't care. They want to pretend that they're artists. And like, no. Rats on your Melted Heart double GA. Oh, they should give you Split Sparks per GA. Like, I really don't care for this. Toss it. Give me 2. Yeah, that's one of the reasons I always also like those like bard classes and whatnot. You are not just a buff bot, you also are a CC class. So there's something always extra satisfying about not only supporting your team to be faster, often making the enemy team slower, or full-on locking down somebody, especially if you were like the political nerd like I was. Like, I know who their shot caller is. I'm gonna make this hell for everyone. It could be done. It could be done in all of those games. Alright, so now what are we doing? You start recognizing that healer's weak. They're soft. They will panic. You see them, everything falls apart. Those kind of reads were so satisfying. I miss those days. I do. I was doing swords here. Good for uniques again, although I have 1 upgrade for the shard already. Still getting better on both spots. That is not what we got here. Alright. The lag is annoying. Fair enough. Thanks for playing. So, what do we have now? Her running around in circles. That's what we have. It's grass, Court Dragon, Black Asylum, Face the Shrine. What do I want? Guess I'll do this one. It's a pretty obnoxious dungeon, though. Definitely as a dungeon itself, not one of my favorites. Too much slay all or whatnot. Yeah. They don't make them like they used to when it comes to that cave. I mean, they did the Warhammer deal, and that was pretty fun. Then they've been trying to do, pretending to try to do Camelot Unchained forever. And then anytime they release any gameplay of it, it's just like, I'm surprised they're even pretending that this is happening, because it doesn't look like it's ever happening. This is so far behind anything current, and it just doesn't look. As far as like those big MMORPG kind of our PvP games goes, Ashes might make it at some point. I don't know what that's gonna look like. I'm a little concerned about that one too. Fire Enchanted, care about the AoE. Like, I love that one to be great, but I have so many reasons to say that it won't be. Let's do that. Alright. And I'm sure if I ever actually got into that game, it would irk me so much that they kept releasing cosmetics for... Because it's been in development for like a decade or something, and like, if you sat there and like actually kept paying the money the whole time, and then you would have some weird wardrobe going on. Alright. That one's done for, and then we're over here. Champions. Okay, this one, it'll be like any other human adventure that people panicked over and even out with time. We get more laws, etc. So yeah, I think it's one of those like AI genie's out of the bottle. It's happening. You kind of learn to live with it, use it, and don't let it destroy you. Or well, you know how it goes. It reaches your station. It's like there's only so much. I feel like people can stop it. They can be really mad about it, really emotional about it, try to put their head in the sand, but it's coming, it's happening, it's already here. More laws to kind of keep it under some sort of control, yeah, but our laws are also not worldwide, so you run into all sorts of problems. And this one, here we go. Yeah, exactly. Your people were like printers and things like this. Everybody always has a lot of issue with change. But to be fair, like the amount of AI where we're on the road towards it's a big change. It is a big change. Okay, there we go. Alright then. Let's go with that. It's almost like no matter how much we hate it, a lot of us are probably gonna be out of our jobs as we know it. The curse we're probably already burdened with. Okay. Over here, gate winches. We need to... Sleepon is like, I for one welcome our robot overlords. We'll be fine. It'll be fine. One way or another, we'll somehow make it through. At least, hopefully most of us. Hopefully. I guess we'll find out. Okay, here we are, right side. Got that little gate winch. Fine for this. Gate winches over to the right. Alrighty. Chilly wind, there's you. Open this again. Fine for it. Grab a channeling. This also reminds me, I wonder if I found the right AI to feed my old like scripts to that I don't care about anymore. It's like if you take what you want from it, I don't do a damn. And see, I wonder what they would do. Like if they have like a review, what they would tell me. And I have a feeling they wouldn't tell me some of the loads of BS that I got from humans. But I might actually like what the AI has to say to me much more. Alright, here. Yeah, there may be a world where sending AI wants a human opinion. We need a second pair of eyes that have a little bit of a different perspective to see if this is all good. Then those of us who are okay with that probably are going to do alright. Okay, here. I think that part probably a little bit farther away than just like the general, like, we don't need these positions and get out of here. I'm pretty sure that's already happening. A lot. Okay, do you think that people have like more technical jobs and like repairs and things in general, those jobs are probably pretty safe for a long time coming? But a lot of us who are more like artsy types and written word types, we got problems. We got problems. And there we go. On the right, get the chilling wings. These are good. Yeah, handy. I think handy been with all like the specialization and being able to like read something, a situation. They might be the safest of all of us. Okay, down here, the succubus. All those technical school types, like the last like, decade or so, people were saying, yeah, maybe we should go to do those. They might be very, very right. And then if they can repair the AI type stuff, like, all more power to them, I guess. We know we have to spend a lot on keeping those machines cool and functional, too. And I know a lot of people have a lot of issues with how that part of AI is going. Okay, there. Going back over here. Most white-collar child 2032. You think it's that? That's pretty soon. That is pretty soon, and then, you know, you might be right. For every imagined bad instance of AI can't be also imagined a good instance. See, that's the thing. I think a lot of the times, things like that, they go hand in hand. So all the bad stuff and all the good stuff, like, somewhere, somehow, like, both things are probably in some way gonna happen. Certainly win, so yes. So yes, but how bad is the bad? So at certain point, certain bad, like, it outweighs all good to the point that there's nothing you can do. Okay, the right, and I don't think there's a, like, when it comes to good stuff, that there's the same example, like, so good that it's bad. Very rare. Very rare. There we go. Pop that door. It can be pretty damn good, but when something is bad, it's like full stop, nothing you can do. Maybe I'm a pessimist. What can I say? Place some mortars. Let's get rid of that Scorch Maw. Summoners. But I'm still team. There's no stopping AI. Like, a full halt. That's not gonna happen. Grouping out there. There we go. Product strawberry materials reserve. Like right now, I'm very glad I did not choose to go full into journalism. That one is a mess. Alright, so free the prisoners. From there. Okay, then how do we do? Diablo 6 can be made super fast with AI. See, that's the thing about gaming in general with AI. How much will we need, like, games built in, like, the most general sense if the AI gets so efficient that we can all just individually, like, kind of make game worlds that are kind of, like, interacting with each other and who knows what else. Who knows what else? Because I've actually been approached by people who are, like, into that space, like, they're making AI games that... like for survival type games, you're telling the AI you want to build this kind of building, and it kind of like gives you schematics of final resources, you build it. Like it looked very rough, but it's not that far off. Like, okay, let's go build a castle kind of deal. And like everybody's out there building their own castles, their own little realms, their own little worlds, and then how much more do you need? Do you need people spending lots and lots of time making games as slow as, you know, games are made when done by humans? Like, that's a little concerning. It's, like, exciting for, like, the gamer, like, the player kind of perspective, but the big picture, like, I don't know. Yeah, exactly. But see, then, like, The Sims, like, you want something for custom content. You can just tell it what you want, and it will generate it. Like, all the artists and people who know how to actually make those will go obsolete. Like, that's very much already happening. It's not that far off, like, efficiency-wise. That's what people are gonna do. They're not going to be looking to pay. They're not gonna be sitting down making that stuff and just tell the AI to do it. Like, for now, you can say, like, okay, that's pretty soulless. They're not that good at it. How long does it take before it is? And I don't think it's that long. Alright, world boss is coming. In less than 2 minutes. Let's go to this. Roll out here again. Get our champions. Alright. Yeah, see, people actually do use ChatGPT to make backstories for their Sims. Like, so, yeah. Yeah. Over here. There we are. Depressors that way. That one going. And then using, like, that AI-generated writing and then, like, basically having humans pilot it and, like, adjust it and, like, make it cohesive. It's really hard to tell the difference. Especially if you know, like, okay, those phrases, it overuses it, you rip those out. It's like, okay, that punctuation is unnatural, we rip that out. That one, I don't like, it doesn't feel like it's human enough. I'll rewrite that one. It's hard to tell. It's hard to tell. Okay, we're here. And then with those, if you don't like the output, reroll. Like you highlight, okay, I don't like that sentence, reroll that sentence. And then it's like, okay, this AI model is getting a little redundant. I can kind of see the seams on it. Let's go run it through another AI model. Let's stack them and then keep making them work off each other. And then, how do you know? How can you tell? It's gross. It's gross. All right, here. This is a tier 2, so I can go hit the world boss, I think. Let me go back up here. Have a lot of time left on all that. Alright, my world boss is Southeast Zarb and Zet are Nahantu. Both are worth favors, so it doesn't matter which one I hit. Either or. I'll hopefully get a good instance, because I am a little late. On the Barbarian, if I don't get an instance with actual people, it's not ideal. Her damage is not quite all there. These things keep chasing me. Leave me alone. Fine, my loading screens are almost non-existent at this point. Okay. Let's see. Oh, there's gonna disrupt me, maybe. Let's go Zarban's head out here. Let me go. Everywhere I go, there's something interrupting me. I just can't win. I just can't win right now. It does not want me to go to War Boss. Alright. We here. Into Salpy said. I'll start becoming that brain in a jar kind of vibe. We're all just chronically online and can't even really even tell online from reality. Is that the kind of post-apocalyptic future we're thinking? I mean, I can see it. I can see it. Alright, let's try this. Let's try this and see where I end up. Granted, right now that GPU trying its hardest to survive that open world is sketchy loading-wise. Well, to me, to be fair, other than revving engines outside, you know, the outside's pretty quiet because I don't touch grass, like, ever. Like, I don't go out there. Like, very, very rarely do I. So, if more people ended up like me, yeah, the outside pretty silent. Unless, you know, ordering a delivery or somebody to come over here and driving along for that sort of thing. And even then, soon automation will solve that for me probably too. Very silent. Okay, we're letting this load a little bit. Once it does load, then it's okay, but yeah, I mean, turning up the settings kind of has resulted in a little bit of that every time I get into these things. We do have some friends, and these friends seem to have the damage. At least one Hydra and a Pulverize? Is that what I'm seeing? At least one Pulverize. Oh, that's a Spiritborn. Spiritborn Rake. So, man, that's pretty decent damage, assuming what you would expect on a Spiritborn. It looks like it. Alright. This one. Wonderful. Okay, then. Are we already a brain in a jar? I know, exactly. Get even more of a brain in a jar energy. I'm tired. Full embrace of it. Okay. Here you are. Fine with that one. How's the new card? It's doing pretty swell. Minus, of course, turning up the settings in this game, it gives you a little bit of lag into certain zones. Well, it's kind of stabilizing. But it looks great when it's actually sorted. So this is like with all the ray tracing and everything on right now. Which, even when I had all the high settings before on the 3080, I couldn't run. It's not that much different, but the textures being back up to high, the ultra textures, that I noticed. Alright. Yeah, Z4. It is what it is. Probably run around PoE2 off stream and see how that looks with the higher settings, because I know before it would be a mess. It was a mess. Give me back that goblin. There you go. Like how she was like, you want something found? I'm your dude, but I'm like, we're trying to hit this goblin right now and you're busy yapping. So clearly you're not that dude. Alright. Chicken sandwich. Sounds nice. Can't remember the last time I had one of those. I used to eat at Chick-fil-A all the time. I never realized that was making me so ill. It was good while it lasted, and then nowadays I can have chicken nuggets that don't have any of the breading, which like defeats the purpose. So I don't have any of that stuff. It's got like substitute breading, and it's just not the same. So, like traditionally, chicken sandwiches in that way. Sandwiches, nope, not for me. I do. I used to like them a lot. Okay, then here. We got the Paladin gear for Spiritborn Rake. Okay, so the Spiritborn pants, I believe, are middle of the boss ladder. So you can get that off of... And no, is it Barshan? It might be Barshan. I have to look. I don't remember. I don't remember. It's been a few weeks since we done the Spiritborn thing. So, but I do have that open. So Paladin is over there in... He's in Barshan. Yeah, the pants are in Barshan. The centipede pants, the thorny stuff is Barshan. Didn't have another one here. I'm not certain. Alright, Barshan, and does it also appear in Yurvar? So you can use masks or you can use hearts. They both have Valazons on it. Crashing because I was messing around with what I was messing around with. Maybe, maybe not. Didn't like me looking at the website either. Let's grab our Whispers of the Dead. Varshan. Varshan is the boss that is under the tree. So this is Varshan. And then also Urivar drops it as well. So Fields of Judgment in the Hatu. So Masks and Hearts. Drop the Balazon pants you're looking for. Okay, let's grab the rain box. Good. And then we'll go clean this out. Carrier, please. There we are. Good. Like when it starts functioning, like it looks so good. It's one of those like it's gonna keep doing this. I don't know if it's worth it. Max some life, strength, armor, max some life, damage every time, fury on kill. Alright. No problem. The Matrix. Aren't they making another Matrix? Are they thinking about doing that? Like all the Keanu movies at this point, they never die. Let's see. Got resistance. No. Matrix rings all over. Let's get rid of that. And release. See how we're looking now. This way, Beast in the Ice is where favor. We'll kill some Beast in the Ice. That one drops the boots. We could use some better boots. What torment are you on? Because if you're struggling with a boss, you have a lot of mats, you want to like roll the mats and like try, you can go to a lower torment and it still will drop the same stuff. It'll drop less stuff, but it's better than like not having a shot out of it, especially it's a build enabling kind of situation. Okay, let's open up here. Time for that. Matrix 5, stuck in traffic, LA edition. Number Matrix are they even in? I don't know. I never watched the most newest one, I'm not the one. Aha, got it in time. Urivar is a bit extra because he has extra phases if he lives too long and that lightning hurts. And then you gotta worry about all the spears coming through. So before you're like ultra tanky, it's a bit of a little extra tough before the actual bottom of the ladder rung like he is. Okay. Yeah, I've watched 1 through 3. The 4th one, nope, not so much. Okay. Big cushion dolls. That's not looking too exciting. Go again. For quite a healthy amount of fear. I'm not gonna use it all though. And then Stay out of this. Fast and Furious and Patriot. Oh wow, imagine. Imagine. Family within the Matrix. No, the AI is family. Apparently that's what I've been told. I'm AI, so may as well embrace it, right? Alright, boots. Grab the pincushion doll business. So what's up here? Belligerence 94. We got a 99 currently with belligerence. I want one with movement speed, just so it'll feel better all around. Look at those Chill Guardians popping up at the same time as the BCS. Come on now. What do you think you're doing? Got it with the earthquake in time. Nice. All hail Skynet. YouTube is on board. Mission dolls everywhere. I don't know how this one feels with Andy. I've not gone in there. Interesting swords. They're the same color, but they're different. Both look pretty good though. It's in both places. Alright, boots, gloves, 1 GA on the boots. So what is this doing? 100% in belligerence. Movement speed is better than mine. Basic attack speed would be less, and fury per second it is superior. Wanted a little bit movement speed of 1% more damage on that. That one would give it to me. I don't really think that that's like hugely worth it. I'm gonna support it for now, and at least if I'm really desperate I could give it a shot, but I don't think I want to lose anything. It's kind of like okay where it is. I've already triple crit the ones I got. It's just a little bit of movement speed might be noticeable. Alright, we salvage that. We throw that in here. And what else is favor out this way? Anything easily done? Nope. They never put favor on Belial. I've never seen it ask me to go there. I have not gone there all season, so I wouldn't. That's well, this point, but you know, I don't know. Lights Watch. I don't think I have one of those. Seaside Descent also. Alright, Atkins Grass Faceless, Core Dragon, Atkins. So many Atkins. Let's do the strong room here. We're back into escalations. That Ligma dude is running around on a pale, non-barded horse. The nerve. Alright. PoE 2 is quite the commitment, it's true. When in doubt, my advice is like knowing nothing about what they're changing right now yet in PoE 2 is roll you just want to get through it, like have something functional to start. Play some sort of ranger to start. And then figure out whichever style of ranger is the most meta and build that. Generally, it's worked in PoE 1. It seems to be working in PoE 2 every time. I doubt it would fail. I doubt it would fail. And some of the others require lots more investment. But for starters, it always seems like the ranger does alright. Now, here we go. Fire Enchanted, Chillin Wind Suppressors. Alright, Bloodstone, I got you. Let's do that after I do this, actually. Strong room things. Yeah, it's the one of the classes. It has like a strong starting position for both skills that always like pop off, or spring clear and good farmer kind of deal without too sweaty investment generally. Generally, that's like general approach that I've seen like every time I've played a PoE or PoE 2 season. So there might be better options that appear in XYZ configuration, but you have like no clue in PoE 2. That's my first recommendation. Roll some sort of ranger, because their ascendancies seem to pop off. Specifically the what do they call it? I can't remember exactly which one, but one of the ascendancies always seems to work out right. Alright, here. Are you both alive and dead? Are you both in afterlife and in the regular life? Who knows? Who knows? Okay, now we're out here on the right side again. And then generally the caster types seem to have like they have a little bit higher investment to get right compared to when people just use the ranger builds. That's just been from my experience. Okay, here we go. Got this. So it's gonna depend league to league. It's just oftentimes some are easier builds to get some parts to than others. Here you are, Fall Lunatics. These done. Summoners. Okay. There's a lot of fancy stuff in PoE games, but you don't actually get that fancy stuff to fit into a build without other often like uniques and specific stat requirements. So you kind of go with the ones that are going to get them kind of like a straightaway, the first character through, so you can farm whatever you want after. If you don't do that, you're gonna struggle. And then, like something that sounds like it's the best idea in the world often means that you're not gonna do that first. Like, you might like that, but you actually end up hating it trying to do it right out of the gates. Starters are very important for PoE. And PoE too. This one, I say that knowing that usually I don't go full, like, straight meta, but I kind of stay close enough that if worst comes to worst, I can convert. Chest armor, here we go. Like, it's partial convert and be functional, so I don't have to kill the fastest generally for myself. I'm, like, happy enough to be, like, just in the window of functional. As long as I can go up into the map, so the, like, a decent amount of the way, I'm okay. But I know better than to like find like the coolest thing that's running all sorts of uniques to be even functional and say that I'm gonna do that. Like, you really don't get to that point. Okay, open that. We need another bloodstone to the pedestal. There we are. Any of you are out here like thinking like you want to play PoE 2 when it hits that new league. I would research starter builds specifically, like look for starters. No, those like research like the whole big gambit of it, you know, like nothing else. Just trying to find what has been kind of accepted as a starter. Here we are, over to the right. And we're gonna place this. Open that door. Oh, restless graves. This way. Okay, this one, we'll open up that. And what do we have out here? Nothing there. There's our vampire. Let's see both of them in the same corner. That done. Over here, right. Grab that one. And on to the boss we go. Right up here now. We got the sanctuary sit down in the Discord server in less than an hour. Going to tier 2. It was at the like the beginning of the last one they had, like after the campfire. Pretty alright. I don't know exactly how this one's gonna go. I guess that's part of why I'm interested in it. Like, we shall see. We shall see. Kind of like grouping it with what they would traditionally do in the campfire, I guess. Can I activate that gateway anytime? Maybe? There we go. Interesting how to like walk away from it. Yes, it is soonish. Like 40 minutes-ish. Assuming everything is on time and all that sort of good stuff. Guess I could take a little bit of a peek around, I'm pretty sure. Pretty sure they're sticking with it. Alright. Let's go. Another one of these. Good for it. Clear these out here. Watch out for the explosions. Okay, clear that one. Let's hit modes on death. Got that semi-special demon on the 5 plus swiftness motes. Plus 5 swiftness motes. Looks good to me. Clear these out. Alright. Fine for it. Non-expansion feature Dark Sentinel 1.0. Basically, the feature of you can do this solo now. I would not be surprised at some point they'd be like, you know what, not enough people are doing it. Let's do this. Champions are giving a reward track of something that you do it more, you actually get something you actually like. Because right now, nothing in there is ever incentivized enough that people are like, okay, yeah, let's do this. We're here. That again. No problems, no problems. We're doing out here on the left. Fire chances. There you are. Dark Citadel would be fun if this game actually had party synergy type stuff and it was necessary to like properly progress in it. But the state of the game where it's all just like, okay, do a lot of damage and then no like a small amount of mechanics because of the team play requirements in there. Like no, that's it. It's not enough. It's not enough. Okay, explosives. Let's go out here. Shock lancers. If they wanted to put that in to see how many people will do it and like see gauge the interest and that kind of content, I don't know if it's doing a good job of that even. Right, Roger Cash. Here we are. Instead of it being like locked to having multiple people, they should have done something that's just like people show up, they interacted, they're in the same place together, but if they're not, you know, it's fine, you can do it by yourself. It should have been maybe like a open world, but not dungeon. And it maybe would have worked out a little bit better. If people were just like not having to deal with the concept of having to like form a party and communicate, because this game, you know, not people aren't into that. And you just kind of like walk in and like people were just doing objectives because the objectives are there just independently and then kind of like became a de facto group thing. I think it would have done much better. Much, much better. The way the game is and the way the community plays. Yeah, the carriers, we'll collect these. We're moving out here to the southwest. Okay, then to those. Out this way. Alright. Dirty Devil just needs options outside the pit and Christmas games. That's all. That's all. Okay, here, the last waves. The Fire in a Barrel stream. Yeah, that's what's coming up next. Okay, now we have this to the right. Yeah, these for you. Not too bad. Let's go ahead and hit that again. So, green for you. Your bars, though. I'd be surprised to get like proper Christmas skins in this game. Granted, you wear the newbie cosmetics and dye it red. It practically looks like that, doesn't it? I've seen druids run around and cosplay Santa. It's already in the game, minus the hat. Grab the boot. Corruption. There you go. Two more demonic corruptions. Out this way. Take that. There you are. Not bad, not bad. Champions. I got that cleared out. Need another corruption. Out here for you. Mariah Carey portal. You imagine how much she would charge for something like that to exist in this game? You imagine? Out the side shrine. Let's go. And so many discords. The struggle every time I want to find something like, where's this? Where's that? Where's any of this? Alright, simple as sight. Fine for now. Looking for that progression. Let me grab a little protection. Move this way. Mariah World Boss. I wish they did more War Bosses too. Okay, then a lot of you really like those. Just like that set time, let's all show up. It's kind of a vibe. Okay, mortars. Simple as sight. Right around this way we go. Flying Priest. I remember when that had 2 of them and they were actually kind of a fight. Those were the days. Made this particular dungeon more memorable. Half the blind with the blinds. Priests that were actually a little dangerous. Alright. How are we looking? We're looking for 3 of these bloodstones. That's a 2. There are 3. That's a well. Nothing. Put that down. See how we're doing on the right side. That again. Here's you. Let's grab the bloodstone. Okay. First one there. We see a second one on the way up and around this corner. Excuse me. Goodness. Yes, there is one. Actually, I could see that even when I just went into the middle. I didn't realize it was already spotted. It was right around the corner. Okay, we'll grab that one, and the other one's gonna be on the northwest. Okay, then... Careful. Let's take the bloodstone. Maybe. 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 Here you go. Now, let's see how we do with that placement. Don't forget it, otherwise we have to come right back and fix it. Okay. So, there's these. Some of that looks good there. Not what I had in mind. That one's good, but not it. Oh, is it down here? It's actually more on the south side. They were all east. Looks like that's the case. I'll go down there. I don't have much to lunge at in this direction. There you go. Better than nothing. There it is. Wow, okay. These were all in a little... almost a little cluster. Almost. Okay, then. Here you go. Let's grab this again. Alright. Up we are going. And the northwest is here. Got you. We'll scourge of the land. Alright. So, original files, unique spoils, grim secrets. Goodness gracious. We're good? Alright. Boss, can we get into it? Yes, we can. Alright. Now to Astaroth, so there we go. Thank you for following. Welcome in. That lie when we go into new zones won't go away. It's a lot better now that we have the other GPU, but yeah, definitely something not quite right about D4 and those settings. 3GA item is the Kwan prediction. Let's see. No, those are 1GAs. The Kwan sense is off this time. Alright, throw that away. Let's grab some of this. I'll keep digging to make sure. Yep, nope. Didn't get a triple there. There was an attempt. There was an attempt. Didn't quite go according to plan. Picking these up. I did get a Ramaldi. Of 2 Ramaldis. 0.28, that won't do. 0.43, strength. Also not it. Alright. But yeah, that's true. There are at least 3 with GA. Maybe it was a bad read. It was a bad read. He's since the stars, but they're just distributed. That's all. That's all. He's not broken. The sense is not broken. Strength, cold resistance, strength. No passives. Let's get rid of that one. Okay, now. Anything else looking shiny out here? I haven't gone out that long. Here we go again. Let's take a look. Ruby Reserve. I got an opposite my Faceless Shrine. I'll do it. How is my opposite doing right now? Come on, Karagar. I believe in you. So, here. That is 943k. I got 11 Resplendent Sparks at this point. Not that much I really need to craft. Let's go. And looking to free the prisoners. There are 5. Get that right out of here. Champions, that's a pass. See what else we have. Cold for you. Vampiric out here. Summoner is that away. Got that for me. We'll see how we do southeast. Got the champions moved aside. And I needed to free you before I go anywhere. Please, Barbarian. Just endure the pain and do the objective. I don't like that start and stop life. Little chest for you. Let's see how we do now. Fine for that. Keep it moving. There's some champions. Poison Summoner, Cold Enchants. Use this again. Let's get that going. Come on now. I want to believe. Did I get it? Nope. You're trying to force it. Like, you could just kill her thing, but what's the fun in that? Trying to be sneaky as a barbarian seems totally in character. Free the prisoners, we need one more. And I also need to not click on that diamond. I still very much protest this UI element. Why? Why? Who does this? Who needs this? Who thought it was a good idea? Because it's not. No. I say no. Okay. Let's untie this. And we'll move on over here to the left. And then every time I do it, it's like most people are just sitting like they're in shock. Like, what? That's a thing? It's like, yes. The only reason I know is because I spam keys so much, and it's like occasionally happens. It is what it is. It is what it is. 3 blood obelisks. Wait for you. Going over here. That way. Grab that boss wave. Those again. Okay, champions. Got you. And then what else? Lunge, lunge, lunge. Nothing, nothing. There's one. We go get the elites. Bring that in. Second obelisk up here. Go poke at you. Bouncing around everybody. Love it. Our right side now. Another. Yep. And the north. So much turquoise and red. Kinda nice. Well, the judgment is done. So, gem reserve. We'll take that. Face the shrine brings you into enough for the box, too. Nice. Infested Mineworks. Here we are. This way, northwest. There is my gateway. Slav scan activity. Fair enough. That's you. Okay, careful about the AoE. Don't mind if we do now. Thing. Alright. Free the prisoners, there are 3. But first, the strong room. It kind of has bird energy of this helmet. A little bit. Not quite bird energy of, say, Rogue. It's 2 bird helmets between the Griffith and the other hawk one. Close enough. I guess there is a few bird motif armors for barbarians too. So think of it. You got the raven one and then like the feathery one too. Okay, there you go. The red feathery one. Do I own those though? I think I do. Maybe both. One of the picture bits. Okay, right. Another pillar. Can I? Yes, I can. Here you are. Got that going for me. Oh, we look on the right side. Whoops. Come on now. Let's see you here. Okay, play maggot, lightning enchants and chilling winds. Those will be fine. Here we are. More like this. And there's you. Sacrifices must be made. Gamma Rage. Let's hit this. There we go again. Poison and chance. No worries. poison out here. Go back to the southeast side. Got that going. Okay. So that's fine. Who's next? What's next? Over here on southwest. Let me activate this thing. Where is it? Like, okay, there. By the map, not by the actual screen. It's the only way. Everything's just two same colors for me sometimes in this game. Agony. Very muted color scheme a lot of the time, which it kind of gives it its vibe. It's like, I don't want it to be all the way D3, but every now and then, it's like, I would like to be able to see things a little bit more easily. Alright, rings versus reach. Haven't been there in a bit. Is the right portal? Of course it is. It's the only one that opens when it's just me. It's always very interesting. I'm pretty sure the portal that works for everyone is the same single portal that works for everyone. It's not like you see other people's portals and they can only go into theirs. It just seems like it opens lots of extra ones that aren't even the ones that we can use, period, for anybody. Right, 2 more prisoners. Go. Away with that one, I did. Now we're here for another one. Maybe got it. Now what else is happening? We need to go left. Kill these first for the out of the sight. Why aren't you dying? There you go. Better. Okay. So here. Keep that going. Open up this one. Okay, this 2 here. Champions. And the north side. The northwest. Grab this. Okay, summoners. The items we wanted from that? Yeah, we did. Alright, haunted tunnels. Here we go. Fury just burns off while I'm walking. Naturally. Plenty of ways to bring it back. That's okay. Here you go. Now we're up top. Little spiteful spirits. There's you again. Right here. There's our champions. We grab that protection. Presser, I got you. Now, what is this doing? We're up here to the northwest. Open up those. And the southwest. Clear our champions. Fine for these. Nobody know what's going on out here. Clear that. Hardcore plays a lot slower, and then every time I've done stuff like that, people are like, I don't like watching it the same. It's not as fast. It's like there tends to be like a different viewership and then like a different community between the two. Like some people do both. That's all right, but generally you are not like super committed to both. You are one or the other. You kind of suffer for it. Alright, strong room, that reserve, forgotten wisdom. And then like moments like Ori coming into play, and like random people coming into play, and hardcore does not happen the same. I don't like eliminating that possibility from my entire clan when I play hardcore, but I don't. Well, let's open up this. Okay, this way. Cool again. Champions, little night rants, and there's another strong room. Let's hit it. Alright. I may need to return to the Tree of Whispers. Well, actually, no. I just go to the Raven. I have not been to the Tree of Whispers other than to go and fight Varshan in ages, and then even when you fight Varshan, technically you don't go to the tree, you just pour it in now. We see very little of the tree. Granted, when we were doing Varshan, at one point, my inventory, I decided I was going to go out. Because I had to claim the tree's whispers anyway, and I did see it. So once this season, once is enough. We fulfilled the quota. The tree exists, we can't confirm, and never again. Alright, ravens and rabies. Imagine if that actually happened. A unique that combines ravens and rabies and gives it damage to be playable. Imagine. The ravens flying from target to target that have rabies and doing massive damage, and the druid just existing and watching it happen while waving its arms around like it's doing something. Alright. On to the southeast we go. That tree be very weird. It's true. Okay, here. Fine. Got that going. Right here for us. Collect these. Good enough. I got next up top on north. Sure. There you go. You would totally drew it. I know. I would actually be interested in that too. Like an actual combination of those two things, and the ravens, instead of just like sitting around in this big circle and doing nothing, they actually moved around and chased things with rabies and did proper damage. Like, what? I always hope charge bolts would eventually be like homing missiles that do enough damage to kill stuff. What a dream. What a dream. It's the other skill from Sorcerer I forget exists every given season. It has so many aspects and so many uniques, and yet it never pops off. Charge bolts need help. Justice for charge bolts. I guess if they were to add a new unique for Sorcerer, that's what they actually need to. For actual skill that's been completely forgotten. Needs love. Pyroclast. And okay, then there's this. So, for Audrey Cash, we'll go ahead and open this one. Got a little helm here. What do we have to work with? Any of that. Let's go ahead and roll next. Dun, dun. And the rights. Here you go. We do that? No, we don't. Doom bind. Back to southwest. Multi-shot vampirics. Okay. Explosive cold plague bear. And the rights. Lightning cold suppressors. Good for you. We need the animus on the other side. We got everything from this side already, so we're out here to southeast. Rabies aura power. Can you imagine? Rabies with aura power. I'm giving you rabies that make you stronger. Making your teammates rabid. And then here. There we go. Yes, you can share mythics from character to character. Here, collect these. Move on along to the right. These carriers, got it.
Clean the other side of the room.
You know it. Alright, lightning. Clear that right up just a little bit. Okay, now. Go up this way. Alright, you. Let's see it. Keeping that going. We needed the key over here from gun drawer, right? The old scar is here down this way. Nothing there. Over this side. Open that door. Alright then. That's where the boss is, but that's not gonna be where Scar is. We're still looking. Sharknado. Sharknado season. Good times. Well, we had the piranhas in a tornado before. Whatever happened to them? Are they ever gonna implement something like that for Druid? Or bringing it back? It would be pretty funny. Okay, there you go. Alright. Hobbies. Okay, there we are. Yeah, I'm going to go see it. Champions. Vampiric Shocklance. We'll go ahead and collect these. Okay. We gotta go all the way out here. Tank and buffer type. Generally, these games do have... I mean, we have a little bit of taunts right here. And then they have auras. Typically. There's a little bit of a touch of it in game. They've already had a season where they had aura powers. It was like they're kind of testing them out. So I would not be surprised to eventually see an aura class in here. It's just at what extent are they actually going to let auras happen? I don't know. Alright, so regards offering group secrets and legendary spoils. Let's go ahead and open that. Yeah. The piranhas and the tornado thing have already happened. That existed. Okay. So it's not so outrageous. The Sharknado equivalent for Sanctuary again. Alright, start off going down, buddy. Oh no, I'm crazy about the perdition. It feels like it's been more or less the same as the Shake Arrow, but we're a little bit more squishy now. And faster running around. So that's the main reason I did it. Those aren't looking too exciting. Get out of here. I'm also gonna get out of here in general. I'm gonna end stream. So of course everybody's interested in the whole sanctuary sit down thing. They're gonna go and do all of that. Thank you all for hanging out. I will go raid somebody else in the D4 thing. They happen to be doing it after this. And I'll be back sometime, of course, in the morning on the EST to continue working on getting this Barbarian even better than she is. A few upgrades sitting around for her, but no huge gains yet. She's still got more to grow, and still not over 90 on the glyphs. So we got all that to do too. Thank you all for hanging out. I will see you when I see you. Have fun. Bye bye.
Body